back in. It seems like EG always has an answer, but is it going to be strong enough this time for NRG? Starting on the defensive side, Evil Geniuses will start to get a push up here as it's going to be a very big garden battle to start things off on this pistol round.
A lot of ghosts. Demon one to start things off. The both starts. First blood into Artis, a second one onto Victor. We're looking for the trade-off. He dashes away. Only one. Here's the support from Sewers, but it's still going to be a 2 versus 1 in favor of NRG.
They're low health.
Boostio was all the way across the C site, and low health indeed. Our Crashes and Som still have the spike, still have control of the map, and it's going to keep now Boostio guessing.
He can get that damage relay from the teammates. He's going to play between his turret, so he actually has coverage everywhere with this Molly sitting on C site. And he has the potential to walk in during a plant and catch a 1v1 with Crashies. It depends on how they guard each other here and what angles they're watching. But it looks like they'll get a safe plant and be able to post with that distance to Boostio right now.
The perfect
they're going to scale through.
Walking through for contact. Boostio's waiting! The first! And cannot connect onto the second one. The frenzy out from Crashies. Wow. And NRG strikes first.
Incredibly smart with being so unaware to what that lurk could be. I mean, for all they know, Boostio could be trailing them on long A at that point. Really smart to push through, scale in. NRG plays it safe with the amount of health there, and they pick up a very much needed pistol round here to keep EG at bay. We saw a lot of these thrifties actually going towards EG last time we saw this matchup. It's going to be a sheriff up for Demon 1, and this map spread here for NRG just to keep it all spread out.
And last time we saw NRG was probably like a month ago in EG. It has been a while. 0-3 currently on the Havens, but still want to face off against this team. I mean, it's the choice of this or Bind, right? And we know what happened on Bind last time. And AG are set up with a perfect read on C site. Crossfire set up on 3 players.
If AG can weather this storm, right? They have the video for what Bind looked like just a week ago playing NRG. And NRG wouldn't have too much footage on a recent EG Haven play, so you give and take on what leaving this in the pool will do for you. Still very patient. With the aggression that NRG just saw towards A, they're giving all that respect and space right now to Evil Geniuses before they try to clear up.
Nobody to break that drone, so he's just looking for a pick. Dashes away, low on HP. I mean, the drone's been there.
Yep.
Catching Demon 1 in 4K. Artist even catching Jogimo.
Revealing area.
Now we're weakening up the site, but Crossfire's still there on those players. Boostio, nice little combination to get the kill onto Artist. And that's Ethan getting the assist off the fault line.
Yeah, I was going to say good fault line there just to stop everything short.
30 seconds left.
And Evil Geniuses, that damage and now a little pickup. Ethan might be able to get to a different site, do some work as he gets that signature back up here. Calm, going to be waiting to meet Som.
Cross pass, but it's face-to-face against Finesse. Timing's going to be good enough at least to take control of A site and the plant to come down. Flooding in already are the last 2 players of EG.
Remaining.
But as they didn't count Som, gets a great position for those 2 kills. And
Yep.
now you have to look at this game now for EG going in the gun round where they're not playing. They have a slight compositional change here for EG, right? They're bringing out an Astra this time around instead of the Omen. And that means that's a big flash that's out of the equation for the Flood retakes that EG is usually known for the turnarounds they've done this season.
Yeah, we'll see how they prioritize ultimates for that, who and how they actually begin to do these retakes.
Enemy remaining.
Might be a little bit more reliant off comm in those hits from Ethan once we do see it. And what the global pressure might add as well for Evil Geniuses and how much they might stay in sight with that help from Jogimo. Now to mid. NRG has almost hit every site so far as they go back and forth. Quick dash up. Little Fnatic play for the strat books, and they'll take quick control of C. Or B, rather.
Definitely testing the waters, but it's going to be the Phantoms of EG. Dropping 2 so far. Boostio getting knocked through the Nebula. Shock darts coming through, but he stays alive. Som once again sneaks past, and Boostio turns around for the headshot.
Enemy mark.
Quick reactions on that one. Shock darts on the combination. Makes it alive until Victor lines up both him and Jogimo.
Recalling my bot.
That duo never fails to surprise us. A little bit of teamwork there to get another frag down. And they're working 2v3. A man down here and right into the Killjoy utility if they try to exit out towards long.
Yeah, and that said, the retake play for EG is they don't have to worry about a push from Garage to spawn, but as I say that, both NRG players are looking to creep behind the C site. As it stays clear for now. EG comfortable
30
with the
seconds
retake
left.
play. Fault line available, recon dart available. So it is going to be tough for these two players of NRG.
Smart play. No
Spike
real
planted.
smokes to keep them from going long here. Playing the dart,
Placing
playing the
swarm grenade.
recon. And a molly. So they've avoided the clear, but now they're going to have to face 3 in sight, which is just going to be the firing squad for EG, is also coming in with their own utility on this.
And the reflanks coming out from Victor.
Look.
He was looking at that Nano Slurm, and the bad timing Calm punishes him for that. It's Crashies on a 3 versus 1. Low HP, and immediately dispatched by Calm. EG, they get the first round in their first buy.
Com had such a good series here in their first versus NRG just a week ago. Seeing how he played against each individual player, he was plus 10 on Artis and a few others you just would not expect Com to be crushing on. So we'll keep an eye on what he can do, and if any of these 1v1s start to become particular for him, that he keeps winning. A 3K on this, and just watching Boost, you'll get a quick flick onto Som.
One enemy
This
remaining.
awareness from Com. He's always been one to lurk. Always been one to think
Yeah.
of what could actually be behind his lurk, and comes up with a big play on that one. They needed that bonus round, Van Silly. And they get energy now with weapons. His default fault line off the rip. We may just see that every time from Ethan to put a stop here to what NRG is doing.
And speaking of EG, it's passive plays.
Placing
Playing
swarm grenade.
behind alarm bot. Playing behind utility with a combination from both Jogimo and Boostio here.
Kind of reminds you of what NRG did to Evil Geniuses on Bind. When NRG was on defense, they would always slow EG down, stop them from getting any quick initiation onto site.
Yeah.
And here's the second hit now for NRG.
There's that flash fully blinded as Jogimo, but the crossfire is still pretty good. Artist trying to create some space, and he gets pushed away. So does Jogimo from this aftershock. Even Boostio gets pinged from a recon dart, but still stays alive. And with that, there's 45 seconds left. NRG has not gained any ground at all towards the A site, while we still have the alarm bot available for the defenders here of EG.
Blocking vision.
Playing with fire a little bit.
Jogimo doesn't mind dying right here. Running through the smoke, dropping the spike.
Now
against
he's
the
safe from
cage.
heaven. He's safe from heaven.
Ethan will be able to help out from heaven and hell. Boostio comes in for a couple of kills, and look at that, he's still alive, coming back into it.
Oh my
Crashes
gosh.
just got pinged, but Finesse is on that lurk, does get the headshot onto Calm. Player disadvantage now for NRG with 13 seconds left, and ADS from Demon 1. Leaving now Crashies once again alone, and Demon 1 strikes again.
Oh my gosh, Jogamo with a super heady play. As soon as the lockdown's about to go off, he pops the Nebula, gives himself a smoke, and chances a 1v1, hopefully only a 1v1 towards long, and then has assistance from heaven, like right into his own smoke. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Spike down A. Finished.
So smart. And then the up-down is just that as an elevation you are not going to be able to trade most times. And Demon 1. Look how aerodynamic he is now.
It's intimidating to watch right now. Game face on, and already calls out the timeout early from NRG. And this is something we want to look for here for NRG's debut in the playoffs for the VCT's Americas. To see them gel as a unit, as a team. The fundamentals of the trades are perfect, but not only that, there's consistency in terms of the fragging department. I think Calm for me has been the most consistent player for EG in the past few weeks.
Absolutely.
From both utils and kills. But now you combine that with Demon 1. You combine that with Jogmo playing as if he's Harbor inside these Nebulas and still winning these Gulag kills. It's looking pretty good for EG for these first few rounds.
Getting the timeout out of chat for sure. They know that they're doing something right. It's almost a little bit of a confirmation for Evil Geniuses here as they move in. Potter definitely getting time to talk to the team and reassure them that way that they're moving, how things are working, going well. And let Demon 1 pop off. One away from Bladestorm. He looks like he's happy to take a pretty aggressive fight here. Hit that up for himself, whether it's a kill or be killed. And a little bit of a low buy. Low armor with a Guardian hero on Finesse this round as they look to get that worked long here.
Right here.
Orbs they can focus. Crashies does have all. So if they can get a plant down, that'll work. But Spike's down for the gunplay here, and Jogamo starts that offensively.
Very difficult to do now for NRG on their half buy. EG has everything on lock, right? Recon dart that they could work towards a main, or even the Allen drone to get that information first. Then you have Demon 1 spawning up on B side on top of B, and then a triple setup on C site. So when NRG is trying to creep up on any of these angles, it's being watched and won here by the rifles that are equipped currently on the defender side of Evil Geniuses. So now with NRG, they pull back, cut noise, let the scale back now towards sewers in A site.
They avoid a pivotal piece of utility here at least once, right? We see Ethan using that fault line right away, and they might have another one, but they get closer to the site where their utility matters more here on this low buy round, right before they get into Demon 1. It's contact play though.
And a stinger drive, even a fault line to help, makes it alive at 9 HP.
The widest wing.
He did say he wanted to play the best playoffs possible, and it's kicking off things very well for the young fragger of Demon 1. Crashy's now picking up the Guardian, 20 seconds left on the clock. Trying to do that econ damage. Here's the rotation away from Ethan. The boots of the breach, calm with the spray. And he wins that one with a recon towards spawn. Ethan then comes in for the wall bang.
Gosh. Just instant headshot after headshot once EG has found their targets. They are acting very quick on shutting down NRG. Low by round confidence there. We'll see if they can continue that. And I was wondering if this would turn into an operator. So that's going to be a drop down or a purchase up here for Demon 1. And they're still going to have quite a bit of money around the board. Like 5,900 still on Jogamo. So time to play with, things to push, chances to take here. Jogamo having such a good game. And as well, the flexibility for the players on Evil Geniuses. We talk about Victor quite a lot as we're actually right into the round here. Seeing Jogamo go from aggressive duelist to smoker as well, and how the team can do that with Demon 1, they get a lot of that flexibility where they need it to get the wins.
Demon 1's definitely here to jump out from window.
Playing it dangerous.
His teammate breaking the Allen Jones, trying to get a wall bang with the operator as a stalemate back and forth into garage. Nobody's really gaining that space.
Really seeing the teamwork here from Evil Geniuses. You think Demon 1's in a bad spot, and boom, Observer shows you Boostio is there to trade shots up top and upper part of garage. A good push here by Victor, already gaining some ground. Looks like it will be one of those retakes you talked about, Vansilli, that EG was so strong at. Can they do it if they have to get there this late, though?
Thing is, Demon 1 pushed all the way down towards long C, and nobody's rotating towards A. Because of that alarm bot, or because of the pressure that was added into garage, you're still guessing. You don't know if NRG has contact to garage, so they're just walking contact into A. So a free plant now comes through, and it's going to have to be EG to play the retake.
Rolling Thunder up now. That retake could be squashed outright. It's going to have to be a perfect play here from the side of Evil Geniuses to make their way in.
Already set up. Hunter's Fury on the attack for Crashies to line it up with the lockdown that comes across. We'll have the same thing, though, for EG if they want to use the Hunter's Fury for the retake, just waiting for the pulses to come out. Rolling Thunder then comes out for delays. Greatly done here by Finesse, and here comes the Hunter's Fury coming out from Cobb.
Oh my gosh, what a round.
Pinning here onto Finesse, and the kill onto Finesse too. Cosmic Divide out on the attack. The retake now.
Here's the flood.
In for EG. Spamming through the smokes. Ethan with the shorty. Now Crashies is running that clock down. Shock darts onto the spike. We have to act quick. And Ethan just got shock darted down. And that's going to be the round in for NRG, as we took too much time for EG for the retake. Greatly done here on the delay.
And it took so much for both teams to even make something happen in that round. +1 as NRG does come away with it. But again, it took quite a bit. That's what it is costing them to get through an EG defense right now. And EG kind of let that in sight, right? They allowed it to happen. They knew it was going to be a huge round of ultimates. Why lose a bunch? They played it quite safe and actually got a few kills that they wanted on the way in and out. So EG weathered the storm, but NRG tie it up. And they may grab some momentum off that round. Still have to deal with this Blade Storm. Still have to deal with Demon 1. He's in, but no one follows. A little bit of a fake, but it's a big fake.
And the smoke again. Right click misses. But there's a trade right away. Finesse trading it off, and all of NRG rotating back towards the A site. But that's where Boostio's utility is. Turret will spot it first. Alarm bot, then the Nanostorm for delay. And look at the minimap. EG already rotating across. Double push down towards B. Alarm bot to watch it. Finesse even hiding behind the boxes. But the plant will still come down for the attack.
Spike planted.
NRG, you've been working the map quite well on these. At least being able to identify fights with evil geniuses. Oh, that's terrifying.
Thankfully, there is some cover.
Yeah.
But all of this is to make the noise for Demon 1 to get the kill for Finesse on the flank.
Here comes the
Didn't know Ethan.
Victor.
Didn't know Victor, though, on the flank.
checking lower.
Victor does get the headshot. And that leaves Demon 1 alone here, trying to go head-to-head against Som.
One
But his hat
enemy
gets
remaining.
popped, leaving only Calm. Does get the wall bang here onto Som, but it's a 2 versus 1 again. Clock ticking down onto that spike. Not too much time to work with for Calm. And no utility to actually clear out those players. So it is still going to be a victory for NRG. Regaining the lead here on Haven.
And just executing a strat right after this huge ultimate round we just saw from them, and doing a strat where Artis is the only one going in sight. Artis has been a part of the strat every single round. So EG sees Artis going in, there's gotta be more. There's gotta be garage control. No, the rest of NRG is on the other side of the map for the first time on this strategy, and just able to pick apart EG on the way in.
One enemy
That was so close in C too. Artis going out trying to give a hug to Jogamo, and then the trade comes in. Yeah, a lot of that chaos caused Evil Geniuses disruption in their first held angles from defense, and again to have to play a flood retake on site, but with no smokes, which makes it very, very tough.
One thing that's good now for EG, it's not those little quirky trap plays that we're trying to do. We're just really trying to go head-to-head, dueling up against NRG.
Yeah.
There is a lot of success in terms of their first kill. Their first kills department on this map on defense to start things off, but NRG continues to have very good fundamentals, great players to be able to come in on the clutch too.
Odin out. Odin for Calm. This usually can wreak some havoc if Calm stays alive, which is, he's usually one of the guys at the end of the round continuously giving you intel and info. Very safe pair of hands there. So expect to see this Odin doing some big damage. It stays alive with this relatively low buy. We have some sheriffs coming out for EG as well. It looks like they're all going to be pushing long here for orb control.
So Odin, Recon Dart, and a Guardian. So
Yeah.
there's going to be double fault line on both ends. And we're just going to try to fight and spray through this potentially with that gravity well. It's going to stop a lot of that aggressive push, the aggressive attempt from EG. With NRG, with that initial noise, they're already rotating back, trying to make some more noise towards Garage and re-hit on A site.
Right here.
Seeing if they're trying to use Finesse and his utility from long range here to kind of bait. Yeah. So they actually take down the turret in mid just to toy with somebody, so they have to watch that position to think there could be a late lurk here. Aftershock from Finesse, taking out utility there. Really, really neat play.
Yeah,
And
works
now
pretty well.
all of Evil Genius is huddled together here to try and be a death ball towards Garage. As this play might just go towards A once again.
It's well done.
Well,
Everybody's
good.
grouped together, though, for EG, anticipating some sort of B hit because of that turret going down. So their guess is perfect. That's where the spike's going, but they still lose the Guardian from Demon 1.
Garage push.
Busio pushing out, but has 3 players! At least lands one onto
30
Victor.
seconds left.
Meanwhile, that A hit continues. The creep up for the contact. The rotation comes across. The Odin's still up here for Calm, but he has no recon dart for the wall bangs. So Artis plays on the position to get a quick flick onto Jogimo. That was nasty. That was nasty.
Oh my God, Finesse is cooking today with the strategies right now. It is incredible. These last few rounds, this turnaround, since that huge blast of ultimates we saw to tie us up at 6, NRG have just been pulling all the tricks right now. From the aftershock in mid to mid pressure frags, and then a pullback to A. A long has been so controlled by NRG throughout this entire game, whether it's just somebody lurking there and they use it late, or as we just saw, part of the strat throughout, if they could call the audible and go back. And it looks like EG wants to start gaining a little bit of control towards that A long area. You see all of Boostio's utility now set up towards that long.
Here, the Drone coming back from NRG to re-clear sewers. Ethan setting things up with the Rolling Thunder into this round. This is just a flash, though, to allow Khan to peek out. Repositions now on the left side of sewers. Jump spot coming out on A side, but for NRG, it continues to be a very slow game. Lots of defaulting in the beginning of this round, forcing EG in these early rotates, and that's been the issue as well if you've watched EG against NRG last week on Split. These over rotates caused them to have less players within those gambles for these stacks, and now we have a tap trying to bait out the Rolling Thunder, and it works out.
Oh. They also choose the round where there's no Killjoy utility at B because of their ability to destroy it. They are just sending Evil Geniuses for a loop in this utility game, but not the frag game. Now it's tied. Now it's tied from Victor. 4v4. Is it going to be A again, Vansili?
Thomas solo with this Odin. The sprays are coming across, and he dodges all of that. 20 seconds left on the clock. And Crashies off the reload, sprays right back. 16 seconds left now. Ethan does have the aftershock if he wants to delay, but that's all a bait to allow Artist to come out to get the kill. We talked about so many different moments at the beginning of this game that EG did so well against these duels. These first bloods that came out in their favor.
Concealment.
It's still NRG that continues to tally up these scores, these points round after round.
They continue converting these 4v5s. It's kind of incredible. You see NRG on their attack side, they're 61% of the time getting the first kill. Average in Americas is 45% for that first kill on attack. And even when EG here is getting that kill for themselves, NRG still finds a way through the round. 6 now on their side. 4 alive for this too, and they are just amassing money so they can take chances in these rounds if they want. You know they'll have full utility coming in. And with Victor right next to an ultimate, we may just see orb focus.
Enemy down.
Just clearing. Doesn't even matter whether he's on a duelist or a sentinel or what have you. There's that flexibility from Victor, still getting a clearing kill and lower just so everybody can get into the site safer. Back to a low buy here for Evil Geniuses now. And Demon One's operator, eyes on it. It's been alive for a while. They've been saving it. We've got to see the return on some kills here.
Exactly, it's going to be very important, but Artist is already dashing through.
Another new look from NRG.
Fall line to dash across. Jogging mode trying to swing out. Able to at least trade that out, avenge his teammates. Still pressure moving up from NRG on a split to C. Jogging mode playing in front of the platform behind his Nebula. Support coming out from Busio. Nice, perfect bait. The lower weaponry coming out from Busio. Jogimo tallying up a second kill for the round. Finesse looking for his opportunity to strike back, and he does. Demon One on our flank behind with the operator. There's that ROI you want it, Riv.
Yep.
2v1 now.
Back up, just trying to predict it.
Oh, that was such an important kill coming out from Demon One, an important investment because he didn't have any Blade Storms in this round, should they have lost that.
EG's second gun round of the map, if you will, because Demon One had a gun. Trying to pull that one through, but you see how much they're struggling on these.
Nice.
It takes a 3K from Jogamo. It takes a little bit of star power each time. As you get the full house, Jogamo's over Demon One's there in the 3-2. But you need to see it across the map, right? To definitely take down a monster like NRG, everybody has to be playing like that. Artist straight to lower, start things off again. NRG's going fast.
My ultimate is ready.
Bustio gets it.
EG's been reading it. They want to fight against this lockdown.
Here we go.
That was ready for NRG at the beginning of the round. Victor down to 30 HP, lets it down. And there's Demon One pushing through. Not afraid to push right back out. Now at long, aiming on the sight, the jump speed, and he lands it onto Finesse when a Nanosword misses. Both Cloud Bursts coming through, and he does get the support from Ethan. It's all up to Psalm now with the backstab. Aljo on the spot him, and Ethan gets the kill. Dude,
Where did
EG, they're fighting through these lockdowns.
I was like, where did this come from in the last 2 rounds? Evil Geniuses says no, don't even get close to planting, and if you do, we're taking you out. You see that 10 and 11 just absolutely shot down. Teamwork again. This is a bit of what we saw from EG in the first few rounds. Sinking back up, killing that drone, giving Demon One space to work with. Maximum priority there. And a big smile from Coach Potter as it looks to be a 6-6 first half with EG's momentum, but they're battling against 3 big ultimates here for the side of NRG. And this A fight comes into play once again, at least for NRG. And Artis is going to be the lead. It's been wild how well the NRG has transitioned to just Artis diving in. Their split game is Artis in, but Victor behind that, an assistance over the shoulder of Artis to bear the weight of that initiation. Here, Artis is just handling these himself and may do so again on the A site. Actually, they're going to fake this one, so they're going to send Artis in, and it's going to be a fake to C. Fancilly. These strats are so well cooked here by Finesse.
Thing is, though, we haven't really gotten into C yet. Lockdown.
Oh my gosh.
Boostio punishes Artis on the foot.
Lockdown.
And it's still Demon 1, though, with
He knows.
close range on C.
He's aware.
First headshot. Cloudburst around and available. Dashes away. Pops out the blades.
Plays his life.
Does get the second one, too. He's done his job delayed enough. There's a rotate, but Finesse is cutting that rotation. Lands one onto Boostio. Flooding back into the side of Sum, all alone here after the plant. Headshot it by Jogimo. It's up to Finesse. Up through the smoke. Headshot it by Jogimo. And EG tie up the first half 6-6.
Oh my God, they were looking over the shoulder of the chef on that one. They knew the secret ingredients. Evil geniuses mastermind the rotation back over. Feeling like, hey, we've seen Artis dash onto the site. Would they go? Would NRG go as far to throw a Rolling Thunder with that? EG predicts that they would. Demon 1 anchors the site like the Titanic on that one, just absolutely huge. And they drop NRG. Sink them down to the depths.
And with that, EG's Jogimo has changed things up this stage, shifting over to a controller role on some maps. Earlier, we spoke with them about the transition, so let's check it out.
This from them again recently, feeling more comfortable. They allowed NRG their bind, which actually got very close until we saw NRG take over. But here, will EG prevent that from happening? Second half cannot go the same as it did in their first matchup here. Artis prevented from getting some vision, but I think he knows there's friends on the other side from Sewers here. This is a stack by NRG on that left side of the map, so Artis is trying to get info to say, hey, I need you over here.
And Demon 1's on Raid Boss. So he's looking at dash in now, has a Frenzy and armor. Cloudburst to dash through first, and there's that positioning gain now for EG. The plant coming across, but Artis still gets the wall bang. Ethan falls, Spike is down, allowing NRG to get ready for the flood retake. The wall bang continues to do damage on the Jogimo. Recon Dart out on the defense, pings 2, but Demon 1 trying to hold his ground. There's the long range, runs out of bullets, dashes away, and that runs enough time here for Jogimo to try to clutch a 2 versus 1. Hiding inside the Nebula at 15 HP. Crash is also very low. But it's once again that dynamic duo to strike right back for NRG for another pistol round.
Double pistols now for NRG to try and seal the deal on Haven, a map that's consistently banned away from them if it's not the bind as well. And we'll see what their defensive side has for this retake strategy. Compositions are shared here in this mirror, so going to be a bit similar, but it's just kind of a rush to who gets those ultimates, I feel. Who plays these orbs? Right now, NRG's going to start playing a little bit towards long, a dart into that fault line. And we might get a long C push here so they can get map control. All right, Marshall up for Artis. He's going to be on box to get some shots. So actually, never mind the long push. They're not going. Just a trade of fault lines to start.
Enemy mark.
Right in the face.
Between the eyes. Falling back for a bit now as EG are scaling back up, this time towards B. Victor to solo hold, but has all the utility around him to help.
Turret down.
Breaking the turret to start things off is EG, and I mean, it comes down to some very basic stuff now. Rescaling across the map, trying to punish some players pushing forward, but NRG, they're not biting to any single one of these fakes coming out from EG so far.
The 1 minute just to find this Killjoy utility. The hit towards A still looks good. What a snap from the stinger on Finesse.
Yeah. Did his job. Traded off by Ethan. Frenzy still out of reach, and Karashi's trying to prevent that from happening. Already a double push for the flank. This is not looking good for EG, but I forgot it's Boostio still with the Sheriff, and now it's not Shag. There's 1, 2, and 3. Easy kills goes there for Victor off a mistake from EG.
That's not the greatest person if you're evil geniuses to be given the kills to. Lockdown is very close. EG wanting to be able to get a bonus round in here, and they may be forced to just get denied due to an early ultimate. Oh.
This is just deja vu from Split.
It is. Yep. The map is controlled. Hey, Victor, you might get a swarm of people coming. No worries, I got this.
Yep. I don't need a showstopper. I got
4K,
everything.
3K, whatever you need. Victor actually keeps the low buy armor in here, so they're just stacking money on the side of NRG right now. And EG comes out with weapons this round. The movement is from Demon 1. Trying to get assisted here as they go into this garage area, finding a lot more of that Killjoy utility once again. So the in and the out, playing a little precedence from last round.
A double push down the hole and a combination, allowing NRG to get the 2 kills, but the wallbang comes back from Calm. Flashback, but the spike's down. Calm also gets tagged from a Sheriff from Finesse. Meanwhile, though, as you're seeing Bustio starting to move up to help his teammate, Jongmo's lurking towards C-Site. Does get the opener. Now the alarm bot. It's popped, so I feel that they know now for EG that there's a flank coming across, and that's Calm hiding behind the boxes.
Enemy remaining.
Big trade-off. Here's the footsteps from Artist from behind. Recon dart off Garage and pulls back to allow the player advantage to happen on a long play.
See what kind of shots Artist can make here. The Sheriff or Stinger? You stick with the Sheriff all day. All day. So moving this up, EG will be able to grab their first round. A lot of damage done by NRG here, which will cause the rebuy for EG. We just talked about how much money, or rather credits, that NRG was amassing. So win or lose this round, we see them coming in with a buy here. And EG might get reset once again. So it's very important for EG to do a lot of damage on next round, even if they don't win. This one goes up, 8-7 now, as Evil Geniuses are able to repeat what happened first half. First 2 off pistol, or first 1, I should say, after pistol, and then the bonus round back in their favor.
1 enemy remaining.
NRG out that bonus round. We're doing pretty good here on these trap plays.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I like to commend both of these teams so far in Haven. They've been very not as static in terms of how they're rotating their players across these maps. Adapting quite well, but when it comes down to these post-plan situations, it definitely did come out more in favor of NRG on their attack. We'll see if EG could do the same thing now that they have their own attack side. Talking about only with a shorty into this round. I want to work with these stars to help out the team.
Just looking to get shot by Artist as operator, you can see how hard they're predicting it's going to be around the map.
Game plan is there. Bladestorm now picked up by Demon 1. I wonder if he'll meet up here with Dogmo to give him that Vandal so he can pop Bladestorm. There it is. And NRG, with a minute left on the clock, they're leaving a solo hold on A.
It's wild. The feeling if you're Demon 1 right now is you're basically trying to contact an operator and have a better dagger.
Ooh.
Luckily, he's not going to find that. We do see a little bit of comms coming from NRG here to get a rotate back over, and they're going to have to watch their flank, it seems. No,
Yeah.
They're going to back up here, Van Silly.
Jiggle Peak came out from Crashies. The rotate came out now from Finesse from the A-Link to A. But you're right. EG pulling back towards C-Site. There's still Som hiding inside the garage.
Good movement.
Careful there.
30 seconds
Artist
left.
with the operator towards the back, and this is big delay. Probably have to try to commit into this.
Oh.
It's gonna get so bloody towards the end. Kama's trying to get a timing to block and prevent the lockdown from happening.
Area's
This might be a little bit too late now for EG.
They want in.
Running in now, 10 seconds left on the clock. And the crossfires are just too perfect for NRG. I mean, what else can you do? The lockdown was perfect for the rotate.
NRG never fully committed. Long A was pushed most of the round. You have that operator rotating back and forth without seeing too much, and they just did not have to budge, knowing that lockdown was up so early. Victor's early kills giving them such a priority ultimate to just not really care of what EG did around the map. And EG putting themselves in the pressure cooker there. It's too hard to get that strat result. So now mid-work. See who's going to get early pressure. don't think they threw the fault line just yet, but they were actually looking for a little bit of
there.
activation with you saw Sam and Finesse playing towards mid to start things off.
Interesting, too, for EG. It's a force buy into this round. Vandals, Stinger, and a Sheriff buying all the way down to 0, while economy's still pretty healthy now for NRG. Another attempt of a play into Garage. Finesse seems to be in these perfect positions every time. The fault line right back. Not allowing EG to gain ground.
"30 seconds here puts them pretty late into the round if they want to wait for Ethan's signature here on that fault line. So I think they go off a flash. I think they go off a fake. Yeah. All ready for the counter fault line.
That baited out a lot of utility just by breaking that alarm bot. So well done for Ethan. The split comes back now towards C site.
They just saw Artis on drone long, too. They want C.
Aftershock allows for them to move forward.
Blocking sight.
It's up to Victor, stunned by the fault line. Flash coming out, the flood comes through from NRG, and the fight now comes in. Recon dart inside the smoke, but it's still EG with a 2 first kill, make that even the 3rd in the round. Busio fighting, Crashy's fighting for his own life. Answers back now onto Ethan. Spike Pine now comes down, another Nebula comes out. That'd be very difficult now for NRG to play the retake. I mean, look at Artis' position.
Yeah.
Artis saving his operator. And a clean take now for EG. Allows for them to get the round. But Calm is still looking to make this expensive. With the Stinger that he has in his hands. He's now creeping up towards the A site.
And this is one of the best case scenarios here. I mean, keeping Ethan would be better, but this was Evil Geniuses on a low buy. And then full round loss money, which still doesn't give them too much of a good buy. So being able to win this round as low on credits as they are is huge. Could have really just swung in NRG's favor here for the side of Haven. 2 members of NRG, though, staying alive. That operator still available. And
Is ready.
ooh, I was gonna sing
are
Com's
strong
praises,
because
but
we
I
are
kind of
together.
future cursed
Don't
him.
forget that.
That drone peek onto Artis so late in the round really helped them to avoid the operator that could have shut them down. EG wants to play a little faster. Ops are great at shutting down quick play. You're trying to just swing around a corner and get into a site. Okay, playing into the molly. Like that Bustio aggression coming out to take this round. Timeout for NRG as Chet can get a chat with the team.
Great opportunity, too, to figure out what we could do. As ending the round, we didn't have too much credits to work with for Calm. He might have to go for a small shield Vandal. But yeah, as we're singing his praises, he was trying to find that timing on the lurk for these kills, but unfortunately his pathing couldn't really go head-to-head against nor Crashies or Artis.
Yeah.
But a very important swing round coming across. The economy seems to be fairly low for both of these teams, while we have a couple of ultimates available as well.
And Van Silly, it seems like those ultimates are being used mostly in the fakes. As usually we see them for the initiation or the counter, which have been sprinkled in there. But 2 times, actually just the one Rolling Thunder here from NRG, and then a big fake with Artis the other site. But we see the lockdown fakes coming out as well. Demon 1 dashing in with Blade Storm to fake towards A as the team goes the other way. Yeah, lots of fakes with ultimates coming out. So EG may try to do one of those and throw something into the mix here. You have to be careful with the lockdown. That will trigger the Hunter's Fury from Crashies. So one known going into this round if that ult is used. How does EG play around it is what they're looking at. And honestly, if they can find where Crashies is and pressure that Hunter's Fury, it might be big.
It's definitely a lot of pressure on mid. The fault line came out from Finesse. We're funneling players towards C
Shot him.
to allow here Artis to push down.
Nowhere to run!
Now the Hunter's Fury comes out, though. That is from Calm on the attack, trying to clear out the A side. Does get a ping onto Crashies. But all this forces a rotate out from NRG. EG still holding towards the spawn. Because remember, there was some pressure in front of B before.
Crashy's fancy feet there, that's so big. Now the lockdown does not mean as much. Evil Geniuses have to figure out how this pressure again works. A few mollies set up if they do want to get to the site. I love the pre-mollies getting in there.
Yeah. I mean, look at this beautiful execution from
There it is.
EG. It's a great read, too, because the ping coming out from the Hunter's Fury from Calm, it spotted Crashies, and he has his own Hunter's Fury across the A site, so they're trying to get this play with the lockdown.
There it is.
But Victor still spans across, gets a second one. My God, this guy's insane. Player disadvantage now for Evil Geniuses.
30 seconds left.
Demon 1 and Jogimo are 2 fraggers for
Player
EG
standing.
as they lose 1 in the process, leaving Jogimo in the clutch. 2 more to go. 20 seconds left on the clock. Spike now picked up. Recalling the smoke, leading back out. The Crashies had the off angle, and NRG wins the fight again.
Victor, Crashies, Victor. Oh my gosh. And the ult battles again throughout this round. Vancilli, one of the things about this game that's been amazing is the observers are catching these aggressive plays. We saw Boostio running through his utility there. Victor standing within the lockdown, trying to get this play to happen. It's not the first time already. We just saw Demon 1 trying to hit shots through fault lines. Everybody is pushing themselves to the max in playoffs here, and it's given us some fantastic play from the teams as well as the players individually.
This time my timeout coming out. Should be here from EG, I'm assuming, from how well NRG's been playing their defense. And yeah, it comes down to the storyline of how they're not afraid to just fight into the sides. We've mentioned before for EG's defensive half was trying to go head-to-head, toe-to-toe against Artists. Clean up that first kill, but they always get traded off and lose here on the defensive half. The thing is for NRG, there's good utility, good deniability, and they flood into sites to not allow EG to get plants. That's been the story so far in the second half. And EG, so far, it doesn't really look like they have an answer into the mid-round and the late.
Yeah. You look at the rounds that NRG continue to deny the plant, have one of the highest stats in the league at 51% plant denial, with the average being around 31. So if you're EG, getting the spike down is going to be difficult. The rounds they do, EG is able to garrison the site, get a little bit of that post-plant defense up, but it's getting to that post-plant. The plant denial from NRG has just been so strong. Can it be this gun round that counts here for NRG to keep EG down? A little bit of a buy from Demon 1, but they really don't have anyone to dive into a site and assist with his Bulldog there.
So you're trying to make as much noise as you can with the Cosmic Divide, but there's an alarm bot on the defensive side. And look at that. Another one of those recon dart information coming through. Rolling Thunder out on the defense to the lane. And NRG's already inside B site. Plant at least has come down. Ethan does have a Rolling Thunder too.
Hello.
So a Cosmic Divide back on defense is actually quite good.
Here goes all the util dump, Vancilli. It's going to get to half at least.
Rolling Thunder needs to come out right now, and finally does. And as he turns around, Som does get the kill, and a second one.
Player standing.
And there you go, you just stick the defuse right after.
Hello. Oh, to the kneecap.
Who other than Som to get that one?
NRG 11 now. I was talking about post or plant denial. Well, EG does get it down, but we see what they paid for it on that low buy round and what they had to use to do so. See once again,
Variable removed.
NRG is actually giving up quite a bit of space here on these rounds too. It's just where they're hiding in sight or where they are once Evil Geniuses is setting up the post plant seems to just completely destroy that puzzle that EG's trying to create with their defense.
Good placements here, Riv, from the utility out from Victor to avoid even the shock darts coming out from Calm. Both of them already being used.
They're just ready.
Of all util there.
There's been such a back and forth of util at the beginning of these rounds. Hardly any contact play being seen now between these teams. So what I think we get is a big wait for these signatures to come back up. Or at least who used X first and what can we aggress on? There it is, fighting in the util again, but EG comes up big with 3.
EG with good fundamentals, and even the 1v1 duel. Boostio winning against the operator of Artis, and blink of an eye, all of NRG falls, leaving Victor solo, but he's done it before, now pinged out by the Owl Drone. And because he's pinged out, everybody's just gonna run across. util now being used up, Ethan trying to cut the rotation across. It's about to be a head-to-head.
Use one step.
Friends going head-to-head,
left.
enemies in the server.
Look at him.
Victor still moving forward. Now finally spotted by Ethan, which allows a late lurk from Boostio to come out, not even needed. Ethan wins the duel and EG stays alive.
Okay, Evil Geniuses. You saw the X is actually on the map there, maybe on the replay. It comes back up all over the place. Where are the kills? We had some kills at Long, some kills at Garage. So look at this push going through. And then kills at B. So yeah, Evil Genius is actually able to pick bar Energy for the first time, where Energy, like I said, has been playing back, kind of out of the sights. If it's not Artist peeking, it's usually no one peeking, unless it was Utility. Towards Long, this is the first time we've really seen the 5-person death ball coming from Evil Geniuses. Blade Storm out. Fault lines, as we would expect.
Deploying drone.
That's once again Finesse getting that read on the delay. Aljon out. But look at this position here. It's an alarm bot inside the nebula. Nanoswarm being precked up. It's a high-low and even support from a flash from Finesse. This is the biggest trap play you could see now.
This is a hard predict that it would be A, and we haven't seen a big A from Evil Geniuses yet, just flying into sight, right? Maybe it's Demon 1, but usually doesn't have the cavalry with him on the fakes that we've been seeing. But all that Killjoy kill utility set up here, and they may just be forced to rotate off it. Operator still watching mid. Evil Geniuses are plotting. What are they plotting, though? They've been actually drawing these rounds down quite a bit.
It's a double pump. So the Aljon to pull out one first, and then the fault line for the combination and trap ball, as we mentioned before. But that's Demon 1 trying to sell the fake. Everybody else from Evil Geniuses rotating towards C.
Ultimate fake towards A. They're going to be rushing in to see if this star messes them up if they try to get this plant down. Should be good.
Be used. Artist watching and being careful for the flank. Jogimo being a little bit too antsy. Up to the fraggers inside the C site. Double flank coming out from Garage. And with working out, Ethan's holding his ground in front of C. Finally answered back by Som. A 1 versus 1. Up to Artist. 2 clout bursts available to tap onto the spike. Calm in another clutch situation. The 1v1. The dash away, and Calm is low on HP, and so is Artist. A second attempt, a second life, a second tap, and a recon that comes out. 7 HP once again. Running across, gets pinged out, and Calm is doing his job, has done it well. Will Artist have enough time?
It looks like it. Don't cut the wrong wire, Artist! He's got it. Artist comes up with the round. And I bet he's feeling good about that. I mentioned it earlier, but Calm went plus 10 on Artist the last time EG met up against NRG. Plus 10. Yep. That's farming a guy. Not this time. Artist shuts down that farm. And he comes up big with a clutch and the defuse for the team. EG's been getting a little closer on destroying NRG's plant denial stat, but Energy still coming up with the defuse to deny the post plants. Okay, 12 now. Game point for our first map of Haven. Splits next, we get that rematch. But right now, EG's trying to pick up 3 to bring it to OT. Oh my gosh. Oh, just missed.
Trying to get it through the smoke, runs away. Rolling Thunder available here as EG setting up, and there it goes, gets unleashed. Dash away, players are getting pinged, players are getting hit, and it's Demon 1 with the first blood once again. Finesse
Demon 1?
Denied by Demon 1 one more time. Artist at least made it alive, but it's not going to be looking good for Energy's retake.
Even if they had 5, we just saw EG win a 3v5 post plan. Or no, sorry, that went to Energy. I'm just getting too excited right now. Oh my gosh.
It is quite intense so far.
I'm just getting too excited. All right. This one's safe to say. EG gets 10. Quick buys, 1450 here for Crashies, 550 for Finesse. We may have to see some drops coming in if even. Those are low buys for Energy.
They're hunting for this. Even though they're low on the economy for EG. Even lower our Energy. Works out for that one. But the main goal is getting rid of the operator from the hands of Artists.
Can they find it?
It's going to be difficult. Victor does have all that utility coming out on Garage and B site. Nonetheless, though, as you mentioned, Riv, the round still comes in for EG.
2 away, 2 more chances here for Energy to close this one out. Yeah, that money is struggling as we rewatch this round. Demon 1 flying into the site. There are times when you can call on him and he will absolutely answer. And believe it or not, Demon One came in with EG on their 4th map of the stage. He has just been, since then too, we've said, oh yeah, Demon One, that looks pretty good. Looking better since. Has not stopped that upward swing.
And today, came in bald.
Yeah.
Currently top fragging for EG,
Apparently
coming
a
out to
buff.
play.
We've heard it and now we're seeing it.
Okay, this is a good recon dart now, positioning Artis into still a passive angle with the operator. It's a recalled smoke for him to get a better position. And just speak of the devil, it's Demon One with the peek. But it gets denied right away. Early advantage for NRG. 4 more to go to win the map.
They've been doing so well at avoiding this operator, and Artis finally finds a piece. And he goes ahead and he repositions a little bit towards that long. He gets hit. This will be the call from Finesse just to slow everything down. A lockdown will give everybody a moment to breathe, but again, a fake coming in with these ultimates. They don't hit B. They're using this to spread what that C take can be.
But there's still util, and players now in C sight for the crossfire. 40 seconds left on the clock. EG's pulling back towards B. There's still the alarm bot.
They go back.
Give that information out. Ethan trying to gain some ground, trying to get this plant. Still a flash available. Player disadvantage. Jogimo in an important position. Have to come up huge here. Alarmbot's gonna get some information right there, allowing this
guns are
push
down.
on a C-Link to work. 3-on-3 now as Som fights back with the stinger.
One enemy remaining.
Just holding his ground towards the B site. Som solo. Picks up now a Vandal. A star in the front. Jogimo just waiting behind it. It's the gravity well. Just running that clock down. Looking for the recon dart too. Great
heavy
utility coming
answers.
across. Nice flick by Jogimo. And EG need one more round to bring this into overtime.
And they have rocked NRG's economy. It looks so doable right now. Evil geniuses thwarting everything NRG had with multiple rounds to be able to close this one. And Demon One stepped up for a few of these. The clutches we've seen coming through. Ethan there very big on that round to stave off that B take from the A connector. And now Demon One controls the operator. And we see the power change hands. It's going to be a push down, possible long C, a bit of protection there from Som as Artis wants to get down. Blade storms up and Artis wants to be the X factor on a possible final point.
Fault line.
They're expecting him.
Just to try to push Artis away. But once again, that's not NRG biting to any type of pressure that's coming out from EG. Still holding their ground. Why? We got judges playing close range, trying to do as much damage as possible now.
Revealing area.
Crashies will try to get a little bit of information. But EG are just waiting to scale back up as soon as that recon dart dissipates. Jiggle P coming out from Crashies. Just saw Demon One, so he falls back. It's up to Finesse in this position if EG decides to move down towards sewers. Alan Drone to answer back. 45 seconds left, man. Another one of these rounds where EG is going to take it down to the wire.
We saw them overcook one on split where they couldn't even get themselves into sight when these two were playing here. They give each other so much trouble when they're trying to get the sights, whether it's one or the other side. Operator dropped off the map so it can't be picked up in any way, shape, or form here. And EG is going to go for the pressure cooker onto A. NRG is waiting.
And it's read by NRG. Stars already coming down. Recon Artist with the blades onto Ethan. But the flood comes back up. 15 seconds left. 4 players of NRG are inside the A site. More daggers missing out from Artis. Demon One waiting for the cloudburst to dissipate. But trades continue to come out towards sewers. Advantage coming up for NRG. There's only 5 seconds left. Plant denial trying to come through and it works out. NRG is going to get this victory. Not even needed on time. It's Victor with 4 kills. Allowing Tina Sam was still look pretty close from round to round. Hopefully they do those micro adjustments here for Evil Geniuses so we can actually see this third map.
But can they stop the double duelist entry into A, right? Can you just stop this absolute train of a hit that teams continuously use? Rinse and repeat. Here we go, into A.
Yeah. Feels like we've seen this before on the execution for NRG, and the plant comes in. EG a change this time around, though, for their pistol round. Nobody playing towards A site. Looking for a flood retake. Control of A heaven. Well, it's planted for A Heaven. Energy looking to fight back in that area. A trade-off for a couple of kills. A dash in right in front as Demon One lands that headshot onto Finesse. Player advantage now for EG for the retake. Crashes holding in the back of the site. Some trying to watch the crossover and catches a few. Two towards screen. And now it's a close range frenzy. Graduel splitting it across. Som running in for the kill onto Busio. But now it's Som on his own who lands it onto Jogimo. The jiggle across and Som gets the Red Bull clutch.
Som, absolutely crazy. Not a pistol round lost by NRG so far in this series. And they are using that to dominate the game right now. Som here to come up with a 3K, make it happen. And NRG just not stopping. What did we say before? EG, very well known for their retakes. Don't let them set up that protocol. Well, okay, continue to push into EG screens, into that heaven if we can get there. Incredible. The fact that the NRG was able to get in sight without using Crash's util there allowed that push forward, allowed that stop on EG's defense. Back towards the lurk, on towards A, 3-2, but it's kind of a backwards 3-2. Usually we see the 2 for NRG here towards A. And they're actually gonna keep Artis on this section and work a little bit of the mid. You don't see too much mid control with a double duelist composition. You usually just into sight, watch for that lurk when it does happen. But here, NRG want to play a bit of the map to make sure they're not giving EG anything for free.
EG want to play behind the Trailblazer now, working on mid. Spawning Victor now. Demon One trying to activate with the Sheriff. Meanwhile, it does activate NRG towards A. Trailblazer clearing out all the way towards Elbow. A free plant now for NRG. But it's so far back. Som still has to book it from A main, allowing potentially a timing to happen.
A quickly watch there by Som as the running steps of Crashies goes by. Quick trade.
The backstab. Coblands one.
My gosh.
Well, the classic. And it's the classic coming up for EG. Off the spike. Crashes gets 2.
Crashies
and a
save it.
1v1. Cobb couldn't get the kill. 1 versus 1, and Busio answers back with the Guardian. With EG's thrifting, we talked about the thrifties that were close this time. EG converts.
Deja vu from our last EG Energy series. That was something EG did use to pain NRG getting through these rounds, the first couple, and it swings again. History repeats itself here for Evil Geniuses, and what a big round. The pickup of the Guardian on the way down. Calm hyped and delivering a bit more gas to the rest of the team there at the end as they take second round. Now into third, Frenzies just for Artis and Finesse, as they'll look to do as much damage as they can on this round. EG not messing around. They go for the full rifles on everyone that they can. What a round to be able to change. What momentum to gain. Calm starts us off on round 3.
And that's what you want. Easy kills like that. Continue to pat the stats rather and get that confidence into the later rounds. That's Calm holding his angle on top of B. That said, though, you mentioned these rifles coming out from EG. They're just playing the passing game, playing the distance as well. And all this is just for Artis. Trying to sell the fake into mail. NRG trying to creep up for a play on A site.
Saving grace here could be NRG doing quite a bit of damage and figuring out a way to use this very early Seekers next round onto EG, so they don't run away with too many early rounds. So Crashies having that super good pistol round could come into play here just a little later. Slowly moving forward. I don't think EG's going to get caught off guard here. It's just preventing the damage that they want to do. And this plant back towards B. It looks like NRG is going to try to swing into this site.
30 seconds
They
left.
can go both ways still. They may try to tempt and run back through events here, but it's getting tight on time.
Calm's playing the off angle, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be very difficult for NRG to gain ground
Good 2.
in the B site.
1 enemy remaining.
And yeah, just 2 players playing inside there. You only have pistols. We'll take those ones at least. But EG converts here from a thrifty to the second round.
Okay. Where's the Seekers go now for NRG? Some buys coming through. They definitely have enough. It can be thwarted. If EG wants to throw this calm down ult in mid, they may be able to just make sure this focus goes towards one of the sites. Calm being able to get some ults up early for himself and the team too. Great use of the orb. Kind of scary too, because you almost give the back angle away towards Vent, but they were ready. if they wanted to force anybody towards vent, they knew it was happening. And EG just setting up this maze to get that second round in mid. So A is going to be the ult, actually. Knowing that Finesse does love to lurk, it's going to be hit off and now forces the hand of NRG to do a bit of a mid to vent or B play unless they want to use all the util to get back in. Trading off is huge here because now they can actually use Crashy's util to make it seem like they want to get that pit figured out. Somebody wants to go in, and there's the Trailblazer going through. Ooh, and they identify.
Positive thing though for EG, what we wanted to see on our end is that we don't have these over rotates. So 3 players still holding up on middle. Bustio solo in B site. The dash now. The spray is across, and it's NRG to answer first though. 2 players moving up. Demon swatting Artist on the up drop. And second one up to NRG Victor as NRG is still closing in on the B site. Big utility coming out. The Seekers coming through for information. But it's up to a 2v2. Cosmic Divide saving one.
Oh.
As a flash misses, a little bit of missed comms there from Ethan and Com.
2v2.
Plant will now come down.
Planted.
Jump
Heard him.
across. Yeah,
What a
the
jump.
shots came through from the pillar. Now it's the Nebula to run that timer down. Crossfire set up from both players of Energy. Som is low on HP. Another smoke coming out. No flash available for Ethan.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Just waiting
god.
for this to calm down. Finally, the flash is available for the peak. One playing the anti-flash, and it's EG getting both of them outside of that Nebula to come in for the defuse.
Getting caught up in the crossfire. Beautifully done with the quick flash there, just waiting patiently. You kind of you think of what your opponent could be looking at, even in those moments. You know, do you think they're looking up at the map? Do you think they're looking somewhere else? Are their eyes wandering? You make that quick flash play, and you called it, Van Silly. Evil Geniuses did not rotate out of mid. Being able to have mid, let them go through vent or let them go back through heaven, which they already had control of. Demon 1 up on top was able to just close down on Energy as they entered the site with a few good Vandal kills. Energy back on a low buy. EG showing us a bit of the same run and gun that we got out of them the first time here on Split. And this is quick, Van Silly.
Exactly, Gravity well, Stinger by, Satchels from Victor trying to punish Jongimo, who played the forward angle in male. That's going to calm down for a bit as no trades happen, no kills, back to a 5v5.
I love that Demon 1 is everywhere too. Now he's a nuisance on the box. It's like, where is he going to be in combination with whatever defense Evil Genius is set up? So that's his point. Where can he be effective and be annoying? Okay, Calm. Okay, Ethan. Shutting down this low buy round out of vents.
One enemy remaining.
Great
Not too
hold.
shabby. Like we said, not too much mid control has to be there. You have heaven control, basically are holding that mid position if you're doing it right. Sam quietly moving through the vents.
Let's try to make it expensive here.
Yeah.
Bait the players out, and you wanted those protocols to come through for EG.
4 in a row, Vans. That's got to feel pretty good. But now the buy coming in, the Blade Storm, the pit of their own on NRG's side, and with the way they play this double duelist comp, as long as Finesse follows them in on the coattails of Artis and Victor, they're going to get the plant that they want with the coverage. 3 at A site now as Evil Geniuses predicts that pit coming down.
We're playing close.
They
Ethan
are.
potentially with the Trailblazer, so that Demon 1 could get some information on the top of the balcony. It's a flash and set, a wall to come up. It's a high low to try to punish. The Satchels came across for Energy. And it's fast, it's quick. Stars already coming up. Artist behind enemy lines. It's a trade-off.
Well divided.
That is good here for EG. Cosmic Divide, Seekers Divine, information, a flash answered back, but Bustio still gets the kill onto
He's going to go.
Som.
Right there.
No, you don't. Okay, he's waiting.
Yeah, the flash didn't cross, so Bustio decided not to go. But with the Trailblazer, he will. Gets denied right away here by Crashies. All this, though, disadvantage for EG. And Calm is still so slow on the rotation, on the flank. But Energy's also taking their time.
Toxin screen down.
Energy. Anytime they don't feel safe on the plant, they continue to play the gunfight of the round. They push forward. There's the pit we were wondering if they had to use. They do decide to secure it, but now this gives
Spike
EG room to move up and get closer and closer.
One flash available for Ethan.
Almost.
But it gets denied right away. Now it's up to Calm by himself. Counting the bullets are Energy. And the artist then comes in. Outboards the elbow. 4 kills into the round. And Energy. You mentioned 4 rounds in a row for EG first. And once the economy comes back now for Energy, they're making these tough for EG.
Yeah, Artist getting a kill for each round they got back. Now Blade Storm still ready on that side. We could see a dueling Blade Storm into this one. And this was one of the rounds we saw played from Energy last time. They continuously would use Artist first, then Victor up a ramp. Then they used the versatile then they varied it by just sending Victor with a guiding light. Getting up there, flashing, playing that fast blast pack. Now it's on Artist to make that move.
And the move he does. A little bit of an anime battle out in favor of the attack, but it's traded off right away. NRG still trying to commit towards the A site.
Down A.
There's already the cavalry out from Evil Geniuses. Spike is down. Player advantage by 2 are Evil Geniuses. Trailblazers spotting the last 2 players of Energy as well. And that's Finesse and Som trying to work the map back.
Calm is sprinting around the map right now, and the Flood retake for Evil Geniuses pays off again. It seemed like Energy was still trying to take the site when they saw all the EG members coming out of the woodwork on that. Spikes down. EG just waiting for some sound cues to activate these final frags.
First jiggle.
Pinch from everywhere, man, silly.
Yeah, and Boosty never swung out even off the contact of Ethan, so they know they have the spike. They don't want to give numbers away. Just want to play for the perfect trades in the crossfires now for EG.
So safe.
Still looking to make plays are Energy. Both Som and Finesse seem to be committed in the later round of the, or the later timer of this round.
This has to be annoying.
Yeah, I mean, it's all tap damage and whatnot, and finally, Energy decides to pull back. They thought they had timings, they thought they had punishments, but at least they'll have weapons for 2 players in the next round.
Yeah. I mean, even this, too. That's right. Keep him on the Bulldog. I mean, you
10
want to
seconds
get that
left.
gun away, but they'll take the gun diff fights. So everything working well here. As EG grab another one for themselves. 5-2. Guns here. Demon 1 may find himself grabbing an operator if he wants it, but he's been too involved in these plays. I don't think we see that come out. It's a question we asked before of him. And yeah, he sticks with the Vandal. No need to put himself in a position where he can't retake in this Flood style with the team. Energy will get a timeout called here. EG has now forced Chet to call the timeouts first. 2 games in a row. But Energy's finding their way back in. Can the story be the same?
Story at least seems to be different on the side of EG, though. When they kicked things off on Split in week number 8, EG only had 5 rounds, but it took them the last rounds, 11 and 12, to capitalize on the last 2. This time around, out of 7, they're already in a lead by 5. We've seen some great performances from EG before, like they did against Loud previous weeks. Things were read out by Energy, and Energy just pretty much stopped them on their head-to-head, but EG are definitely known here for micro adjustments, readaptation.
Yeah. And the anchoring is happening, right? They are being able to solidify these sites, the little pushes, whether it be towards garage or the first info that they get in mid, that one is there to rotate both sides. EG has just set up a very stellar defense that rotates in time or is there already for what Energy wants. And we're not seeing the normal 3 towards B main, 2 towards A here, or Finesse just lurking towards A. Okay, as he goes towards A. But this is usually the setup, even with, to start off crashies with Finesse, that you would usually see from Energy. So they're definitely varying up the way that they start, the way that they're feeling the map is going to be good for them. And so far, EG's had the read. Now, a bit more mid-play from Energy. As we said, this wouldn't be too much of a priority. They want to figure out how EG plays the middle of the map and how they're getting to the site so fast.
Smoke called up by Som towards Mill, forcing the Poison Orb to come up from Calm. So that allows Energy to creep across. Mind you, they have a showstopper to work with. Trailblazer not clearing out in the top of A Heaven, allowing a timing to potentially happen. Still a very late lurk coming through, and you saw the caution ping coming out from the Trailblazer, so they did see Finesse.
I dropped the spike.
Still waiting towards spawn.
Danger zone now in the vent. The artist's gonna hold for any type of distraction here towards the other side of the site, and they're gonna try to creep everyone else in. Finesse on the low side, the rest of the team coming from heaven on this.
So only 2 players right now. There's that showstopper for the fake.
Yep.
Another great
30
call by
seconds
NRG once again. It's been fake ultimates all the time. Yes, you get these trade-off, but here's the hit on A. 23 seconds left on the clock. The headshot from Demon 1 onto Som. Looking for the plant down.
Demon 1.
But it's up to Crashies alone. And it's Demon 1 with the 4K into the round.
Oh my gosh. Anchored on Haven, anchoring now on Split. That was incredible. At the last moment, we just talked about it in the
30
timeout, how
seconds left.
EG are holding a solid defensive line, a line of scrimmage, if you will, something they're never breaking that much. We actually saw that EG started to rotate out of sight. We saw how much NRG was able to sell that fake again. Finesse putting another fake strat, deploying that against EG, but they are not having it anymore. Calm again, gassing up the rest of the team, and we do have the operator now for Demon 1 on this low buy energy round.
Yeah, it's wielded by the player that saved the round pretty much for EG with a great position to avoid the flash out from Crashies. Now NRG on a low buy. Calm still posted up to help out towards screens.
Stays.
Yeah, the flash came out, but now that calls out the Nebula from Boostio.
A Trailblazer just went down A ramp from Ethan, so they know this focus on B is true for now. They just have to be worried about what could happen mid or vent on the side of Evil Geniuses.
It's very passive for EG.
Yep.
Boombout's already been used early in the round though for Jogimo. And now we're dropping the operator in the back to play with the Vandal to support Boostio in the back of the site. And there it comes. 3 players inside the A site for EG. B site rather for EG. It's going to make it so difficult with the lower buy for NRG to capitalize on anything. And look at that. Managing the economy perfectly, running back for the operator against the gun round.
There's a lot of things to look at what's going right. I mean, you can even go down to the frags going on the right members of Evil Geniuses to get the ultimates up in time. You just get Showstopper up from Jogimo's action here. He's 2 away. Those frags are going to come in. Now Evil Geniuses on NRG's gun round has a Showstopper delay, has an answer to these fast site takes, and that was the question. Have they learned how to crush this double duelist comp and make it feel uncomfortable for Artis and Victor to dive in sight? And it looks so far. We get answered again.
Boom! Trying to catch Demon 1. Cloud burst a dash away. Well done. Now picking up the Vandal and looking to fight right back. They heard the gun drop here for NRG. The sprays come across. Wall up on the defense. Prevent NRG from pushing through. There's that dash and even the paint shells to allow Artis to push forward. And that's the first blood as Calm falls. Seeker's now coming out. That's out from Crashies to try to clear out the A site. There's only 1 player hiding inside there. That's going to be Ethan.
They're leaving.
Oh, they heard the footsteps too.
They're in spawn. They can hear this.
They don't know Jogimo.
Oh my gosh, the audio cues are huge for Evil Geniuses in their rotation right now. The 1 round they decide to not anchor the site, and they get so much information from it. Still, NRG is in such good positions here to catch any EG members off guard, and Heaven or Screens take. But it's Jogimo first, and the Showstopper lives on.
Artis here, getting cleared out by Demon 1. That's well done by Artis. It was an opportunity here that this hit coming from NRG towards the B site allows Artis to go for the lurk. But Boostio's answers instead. A 3 versus 3 with 30 seconds left on the clock. The plant will come in for NRG on B.
Plant goes to Crashies. He's going to be building it out there, so nothing to look at. The retake, the dog, guiding light, all the util to dump into sight from Ethan and Jogimo. Finesse is going to try to stop him early.
Trying to take him down. Showstopper very early for the trade-off. And Som
They'll take
gains ground. 2 players up now. Crashies and Som. We mentioned Ethan. That Nebula denies the flash coming out. And Crashies just sprays through as he hears the footsteps. And NRG finally get around on Split.
That is so well orchestrated from NRG to be able to get around that ultimate of EG and be able to make that round count. It will cause the timeout to be called. But yeah, NRG basically holding on by a thread with that one. It would not look good here on the rest of the rounds out with the momentum that Evil Geniuses was getting. And that definitely took the team. As we said, EG's been stopping NRG at every turn. trying to get up ramp. Demon 1 continues to get away from that initial strategy. And even the fakes now that Finesse is trying to pull out with ultimates are not sending Evil Geniuses for a loop. We said this was the game that EG had that tape to play on, right? We didn't get the bind rematch from their last game, but we do get the split rematch, and it seems like EG brought the playbook.
EG definitely brought the playbook. And playing very well on the defensive half against against NRG rather. A team that continues to be and continue to have the highest attacking gun round in the league.
It's crazy.
And getting denied so far by EG, but this is not unfamiliar territory for NRG. They've been good for comeback games before. Remember their bind composition, remember their bind games. Remember these rounds where NRG are also on Thrifties on Split, also denied EG. So we're not really out of the frying pan now for Evil Geniuses. But these last 2 rounds on their defense could definitely build that confidence to try to close this map and bring it to the 3rd.
Straight through. Artist follows with the Blade Storm. Boostio's down on screen. Smokes are gone now for that retake EG likes to have.
Another anime battle, and it's Artist midair. That's Demon 1.
Delivered.
Tap down, Ethan walking down. Does have another flash to work with if they want to double through this, and there he goes. Some pulled back just on time, allowing for him to play a late lurk, a late backstab.
He's playing the cat and mouse game beautifully with 2 members of EG that would love to be retaking the site, and they have to just turn away. They have to be on the spike. 4v3, 3v4 on the retake.
Oh.
Okay, even up.
Nice little wall bang and a flick. Snake bites coming down, so they know now that calm is out towards heaven.
Crashies.
Trey continues to come through, and there's that late lurk. It's not even needed. Crashies just holds the A site.
Last round in the half.
Gotta say, Finesse taking the showstopper just the other round from Jogamo, and them not being able to get the round is really big. NRG benefiting from that. They get themselves in here without worrying about any of those priority retakes that could happen. And that's the 2nd time the anime battle goes to Artist. That Blade Storm duel, so good right now that we're getting out of Demon 1 and Artist. Artist topping the charts for them at 11 and 10, but it's taken everybody. We don't have a big breakaway fragger in this series, or in this 2nd map.
Tom's trying to do the same thing with a Viper Spit on the A side, but NRG wants to fight right away. Victor getting the first blood onto Ethan. EG was ready for that, but it still lose the opening duel. Shorty close, Kong trying to get the kill. Jogimo sprays across to finally get the frag on to Victor. Pulling now NRG back on mid control.
Boostio still hanging out in B, giving clean comms that nobody is there, and now it's how Finesse works the map on the audible call. Now this is what they were being praised for by the desk. What happens at the middle of the round now that this first set of initiator utility is used?
But the lineup couldn't get the second one.
Yep.
Comms low on HP. Should I say Som, sorry, at 8 HP. Heard the
Boostio?
Cosmic Divide coming out on the attack. Boostio onto the Rose with support from Jogimo. The crossfire is perfect. Only 1 more to go. That's Jogimo with 4 kills of his own to allow EG to close the half 8-4.
The 3Ks and the
Switching
4Ks
sides.
that we have coming out of the anchor and whoever's holding the site has been very cool throughout this series. Like I said, it comes down to a lot of the team play we're seeing, but when the players are asked of it, we are getting the individual play as well. And 8-4 here for Evil Geniuses to start off the first half. This play in particular, we've seen NRG run a few times. In the first series, somebody was hiding behind that box. It was actually somebody that got concussed and blind. So Victor shooting there is a guess, but it's also a practice guess. And
They want to do how he feels confident potentially onto positions that he has, on the reads that he's been getting when they're playing the attack. But it's still only a massive 4 rounds for NRG on that attack in half as they take the defender side now.
We'll see how much time they get now. We know Finesse loves time. Oh, not yet. Towards garage already, Vansili.
Yeah. EG loves the time to push. But that's a Nebula to stop it right away. There has been a little bit of damage done here onto Artis, but Crashes is way too far to try to help out on a heal. Doesn't even have one. He has a Frenzy, actually, and a Trailblazer for information.
It's a good point. Yeah, Demon 1 can't even get one out of Ethan at this point. Mid worked, B main worked, but that pressure in B mid, they just saw Finesse actually knows one's mid.
Psalm to activate with 2 kills. Even Pain Shells to ring back down. The
enemy
third
remaining.
one to come in. Spike is down. Boostio has to try to clutch. And Boombot allowing 3 players to push forward. Look at that. Even grabbing the orb before Psalm gets the kill and allowing NRG to get another pistol. That's 4 pistol in the series.
Yeah. Squeaking everything out of these rounds that they can. They know EG is not going to let up this pressure. So that orb grab, everything that NRG can capitalize on is going to be a plus. Psalm 3 away from even Cosmic Divide after this opening. Man, not a pistol round has been given to EG here. NRG takes every single one, 4 for 4 so far here on our first 2 maps, and it might just be that if they can keep the momentum up. Spread out pretty evenly across this side of the attacker side of the map. It looks like they want to kind of taunt with Ethan here. Oh my gosh.
Get those ult orbs, finesse.
Down mid.
At least it's traded off here by Jogimo. The artist is also even rotated out to help out. So looking very tough for EG when they tried to go for some sort of a flood through the smoke on mid.
Ethan's already used util, so they know there's Sky utility coming from A alt orb area, and this A main. Slow movement out for NRG. And this is exactly the start that NRG wanted. Now this second round that EG has been plaguing them in doesn't seem like it'll be too much trouble.
Oh, maybe.
Okay. There we go. Cleaned up. Only suffering finesse on that one as he pushed up, expecting to go down as he judged Evil Geniuses in mid. And that will be dropped. Who's grabbing that? Back to finesse. Why not? Why not? So nice to see this once again. And it's so good. You see everybody coming out hurt from that orb damage. Easily cleaned up by the judge. Still anchoring sight. So yeah, NRG here, I feel mostly preventing that second round loss that has lost them most of their rounds.
Yep.
From what EG's been able to produce off of that momentum. By here. Low armor for EG though. Quick guiding light towards long and the rest of the map. Just give out this early info. B main's being given up pretty hard though for most of the map. Interesting to see how that plays out.
Okay.
Again, mid though.
Poison's off.
Well, it's calm. That's gonna get spotted now by the Trailblazer.
1-1.
The bonus round coming in, and that's why you want finesse with this judge. Just holding towards Mail. Now vulnerable, getting the second one into Jogimo. The util is just too good. You needed that utility to be good for Evil Geniuses to try to clear where the judge could be.
Poison's off.
But unfortunately for EG, another 2-player disadvantage, a momentum that has been denied here from NRG when they convert it here from that piss around to the second one and looking to convert their bonus round.
Just 4 kills with the judge.
Last
They've been dropping
player
him
standing.
5 kills with the judge over the past 2 rounds. Crashies finishes that up. Didn't even look like a bonus round, honestly, for NRG. They take that clean, and that spells bad things here. You actually just see 3 kill rounds in a row as NRG is making this hurt.
Poison orb.
The speed, just thinking to take out the Molly in time.
Poison's off.
Easy.
Remaining.
Easy. Delivering all the packages for Mailroom. Finesse on that one said, just give me a little more time. I'll give you a 3K. Split up. 3-2 split across the map here for Evil Geniuses. This looks like they may try to get somebody up ramp quick. No, they still attempt it. Even Demon 1 wants to take this one slow. Seems like they're giving NRG a lot of credit. And that may come to bite them if they can't get to these angles quick enough.
Yeah, when you're looking on the end of EG, that previous round, you just gifted 3 upgrades for NRG. Investing almost nothing into this round. Not even needed, pretty much. There was maybe a rebuy from, I think, Psalm. That's pretty much it. But that is going to continue to help with the economy moving into the later rounds. Trying to get some value out of the Stinger and the shares that we have for EG, but it gets denied right away on the early pressure on a ramp. It's still EG working that map, thinking they have a timing, thinking they have position. Jogamo trying to make a play on mid, but Nobody's really rotating across. From NRG's side, nobody could get punished. And NRG still has great numbers now in the A site.
They're playing these anti-ecos so carefully, knowing the damage that EG can do. Now into A, Artis plays his life a little bit more to back up here.
30 seconds
Trying to
left.
get a reaction out of NRG, just hoping they find that percentage play with the lower amount of members at B. Here they are. They've chosen right.
One
That's
down.
Finesse on the top of the ramp. Getting 2 easy kills before Ethan drops in, and Artis is already on that
Demon
rotation. But Demon 1 connects onto the shot. A second one here, 10 seconds left on the clock, a 2v1. Gun's too far away from him to pick up. He dashes towards the back of the site to pick up a Vandal. But he's up against, once again, Victor and Crashies as the flash comes out, gets the third. But the timing a little bit too late. Crashies comes back out to avenge his teammate and tie up the game 8-8 between EG and NRG here on Split.
Wow, they're getting snappy on these shots right here. Demon 1 with that frag actually picks up Blade Storm as NRG do grab that round. So we have some ults coming into this next one. Really nice kind of 1-2 play they had in Heaven there. Victor jumping out in the back, Artis to peek forward on the play once they did identify a person. So without using utility, they're using each other as that utility contact play just to get ahead of EG.
Here.
Ooh.
Finesse, where are you gonna ult? Right
Keep
towards
up.
A? Looks like he's jumping down to get the pit down right away here. Actually, right, they're gonna ult into it.
Yeah, he's got a double updraft too to try to get a pick into balcony to allow Jogimo to satchel charge up.
Somebody out.
But Victor knew better, fell back towards A Heaven. Still a 1 versus 1 on the A ramp. But Jogimo's trying to get a timing through Vents instead. Meanwhile, though, look at that forward position from Artis. Locking down Garage Seekers to get information. You're gonna spot that player in Vents now.
And the secrets are used from so far forward in mail. Like you just mentioned, Artis pushed up. Boostio was like, oh, no one's pushing. But that knowledge that Artis has allows everyone to play very calm to mid and A. On the side of NRG, now they know he's pushed. The jig is up on that aggression, and Evil Geniuses know they need to come up with and formulate another plan now. This is going to be very tough.
Good awareness from Boostio, so they spot the Operator. And EG also use the Trailblazer up towards Mail to spot 2 more players in there. So that means it's a weaker A site. EG rotating back towards A and trying to pinch in where Victor is currently holding.
Can they aggress on Finesse from 2 sides is the question. Can they drop off the top?
Or leave it up.
Have Calm come in this other side too.
Exactly.
30
Keep it
seconds
busy
left.
towards the A site so Calm could do that
Here we go.
1v1 against Finesse. Victor safe in the back of the site. HP dwindling down for Calm as he walks inside the pit. Victor gets instantly popped by Jogimo.
Poison's off.
And Finesse is looking for that play with the judge. 13 seconds left on the clock. Another slow round for EG, but at least to get the plat this time around. The wall bank coming out from Crashies, though, as NRG has rotated across. A late lurk, Boostio punished by Crashies. Once again to get a second kill into the round. And Calm pushed all the way back, trying to rotate on the flank, up towards the Heaven. There's a rope, there's a shot that he hears, and there's the backstab. Pit finally comes down, Snakebite on the ground as well. Calm gets a second one up to Som. But Crashies answers right back, a 2v2. It's him and Finesse. Ethan
Player standing.
clicking back out to get the kill. And that's Ethan and Calm. Beautiful plays to put EG back in the lead.
What an incredible round for EG to make the calls around the Viper's pit. They figure if we play to the left, we play to elbow, Finesse has to stay in it. That's one less fight unless he's popping in and out. So Calm, instead of worrying about the pit, they protocol all the way back around, and it is the play that saves the round. The team had to hold
remaining.
for that long in sight, and actually it just came down to Ethan as Calm was starting to get that work in towards Heaven. EG really playing that one on the edge of losing the round, but they pull it back into their favor. 9-8 now to stay above NRG. And they're gonna have ultimates coming into this one. They could blast in with that Viper's pit, but Spike is down. Kind of tells you how they want to play this one to feel out NRG first.
Well, make a lot of noise here. The tailwind was activated by Artis. Once again, creeping up, locking down one section of the map, and this time it's towards A main. Still continuing to move forward. Calm is trying to be as patient as he can. It's a mind game towards this battle while EG continues to move very slowly. Trailblazer, though, is going to get spotted and hurt. A swing coming out from Som. So that's Sky and Astra spotted. All this to try to push Calm into a late lurk to get punished by Artis. But they know better now for EG.
Calm
I've
playing
got
with
your
fire
trail.
right now. Boostio has gotten the deeper look into B main though, so they can assume the op's going to be here to give it a double peek. They knew it.
Showstopper then out towards A Heaven. Artis dash all the way back towards the site. The Showstopper connects, but it still crashes on the top of the rafters. Blocked by Demon 1, answered back by Finesse. On to Jogimo, as there's 23 seconds left on the clock for the plant. Pain Shells, nice shot by
my.
Demon 1. As the pit comes out, Demon 1, maybe the pit's not even needed. It's up to Som looking to save his weapon. There's a backstab coming out from Boostio.
Right there.
Pings it, gets the kill, and that's EG.
Settle.
Fighting right back in a full gun round.
Energy looked almost lost on that one with the way EG was taking it, with how they played it. From the last round where they circumvent the Viper's pit to this round where they're playing quicker towards the site, and Boostio was taking B when they were taking A, when Evil Geniuses was taking the other site. They could have had whatever they wanted that round on round 18. Now we're into round 19, another timeout coming in from NRG. And that wild round as we see the operator come back out of Demon 1, who is going now into Demon mode for the squad.
Definitely going to Demon mode here. And Evil Genius is converting 2 rounds after getting the spike plant 2 times on their attack half, which is really good. Because if you're looking at this scoreline being 10-8, especially looking at the attack side here for EG's Energy, once again continue to be very good to deny these plants, deny the plants from happening once EG's on the attack. So the game plan now, you could see it from EG playing it very slowly, almost a Na'Vi style. But this time around, we're actually converting on the slow play for EG, punishing Energy on their positions.
And credit to be able to get into the mind of Finesse here on these last few calls as well. From Boostio, from the squad, coming through with these calls. That timeout also, as we say, gives Potter time to talk. Just let the team know what they're doing right. Keep that forward momentum. Boostio's coverage on B main has given so much information of where the operator was previously for the side of Energy. Now they have to figure out what the low buys will hold. And can the anti-eco be good for Evil Geniuses to stave off a heck of a play here? Already the judge in position for Finesse.
Yeah. I feel like I've almost seen this before here in this very round. Showstopper available for Victor. A Stinger available for Victor. The same wall on the defense now as we have forward positions from Energy, at least towards the extremities. Middle fully open now for EG. But if we could funnel everybody back here towards the A site, which is a game plan now for Energy, EG could definitely be punished by Victor's utility.
What is it with IGLs and pushing up with that judge? Like Vanity doing it. They just love it.
Sadak.
Big brain coming up with big plays. Yeah, Sadak too.
And that's Jogimo though.
Okay.
Punishing Victor, and there's that push forward to try to get more ground control. Some sort of early flank. But EG on our default. More pressure now on mid and B site. Punishes everything over from Energy. So it's up to this Marshall now from Som. Solo hold, fully blinded. And the pinch now comes across.
Jeez. B stands for Boostio right now. That's all he has been covering here on the attack side, and the team with the Astra being able to affect the entire map. Boostio never has to leave until the last moment.
Yeah.
And that information has allowed Evil Geniuses to just create this network of safety where they move through Energy, get to the plant. Numbers up again here on a low buy for Energy, but even on the gun rounds, super impressive here from Evil Geniuses and what they've done watching the tape of this last matchup. Just that last series, they lost this map versus Energy. It looks like they could turn a leaf on that one. Picking up an 11th round here. And they're going to have quite a few chances to close out this game once Energy does get guns. Hello.
Called out.
Player standing.
And that's the rest of the defense. But a ninja defuse out from Crashies, but we should be able to get it. Closing it right now. There's Colin with the kill.
Like, wait a minute, is anybody, did we leave the iron on? Oh, yeah, we did.
No one
Did we lock the door, friends? Did we lock the door behind us?
It's one of them. Everybody's got a checklist, and that one was not watching the spike. But I think that goes to show how the flow of what EG's feeling, how they're feeling right now. A little loose,
Unlocking vision.
right? The way this game is going, they're playing what they want. Flow state has been reached for Evil Geniuses here.
Exactly.
And it's if the energy can put the dam up. Is
That's
the
exactly
question.
it.
Toxins going up.
So far, Jogimo getting a lot of these first kills into the round. Plants are coming through right after that, and they're winning all of their post plants. As Ethan wants to fight on mid. Oh, Energy doing the same.
Down mid.
But it's the advantage out. Back for EG. The spray from the Phantom misses as Demon dashes away. Vanessa almost punished one to even up the tally very early on this round.
Just Ethan. They still have quite a few things to get into the site here. Have to worry about just really guiding lights. Make sure they can act together, and they should be able to act safely in this 4v3 situation.
Ooh. Calm thinks he has the timing. Crash is playing the off angle.
Tied up.
Not cleared as well, and Seekers are going to be able to get the information on the last players, and that's all three towards A main. Early rotation's already going to come through. Cosmic Divide available for Som, who pulls it. Actually, it's the attacker one from Boostio first.
To be.
Well, punishment first if needed be.
Toxin screen
Finesse
down.
delays with a snake bite behind the toxic screen. Jump spots to spot 3. Satchel across. Boostio
Fake.
and his teammates were vulnerable for a bit.
30 seconds left.
And Finesse continues to jump across.
25 seconds.
He's the one that's playing around so far. And with the 20 seconds, the commitment now comes into the A site. But Crash is in this position once again. Finally connects on the Jogimo, but it gets turned off. 10 seconds left.
Player standing.
And Demon 1 stays around Elise for now.
10 seconds left.
Som on the full rotation across. The plant for heaven. Demon 1 at 3 HP. Watching the off angle. Som is towards screens. The timing on this now spotted. Demon 1 playing the position to watch the cross. ADSing now. And that's going to be the contact. Quick ADS. And EG are now at map point on split.
Vancilli, if we take a look at these rounds, EG still has done so much damage. If Energy were to even win that round, you're looking at almost the same buy. Right? 3-round loss, 2,900. Win around 3,000.
down A.
So even if Energy wins that, EG has put them in such a tough position coming back on this rematch for Split that they're looking to send us to Ascent here. Possible game point, 4 chances to do it here for Evil Geniuses. The operators have been dropped as we're going for full gun rounds, and everybody participating on getting into the site. EG want a bit of mid control to start here, and it's been weighted towards the defensive side of A for Energy.
My ult's ready.
We focused Blade Storm and Artis for the hero round.
Both Trailblazer and
I dropped the
Boombot was used here for EG to try to clear out middle. So boxes cleared, mail cleared.
Toxins going up.
But as he had that triple push from Energy at the A ramp,
There.
that's the Blade Storm available and ready for Artis. Playing it right now on the A side with the Showstopper available for Victor. Has yet to use it. But EG cutting noise, waiting for the Poison Orb to dissipate. For them to work together now. Flash to get info, but Jogimo times it out to get the punishment on the Finesse early. Player advantage now.
Part of those smokes are down that have been preventing EG from moving so quickly into the site. I mean, you called Navi strats. We were down to about -5 seconds last round, Vancilli. I think we're doing it again here. EG trying to put all the pressure
30
of
seconds
the
left.
round and the game into each second. Here we go to Be Heaven.
Crashy turns away from the first one as Jogmo's trying to dance around into hell. It's Artis that supports his teammate to get the headshot onto Ethan.
The Blade Storm!
Working out so well as Demon 1 still fights in. 14 seconds left. 2 versus 1. Crashes in Victor with a plant going down.
10
Deja
seconds
vu.
left.
Planted.
Dash away now. Showstopper already being used. Up connects.
NRG weather the storm on a round where they're forced to buy Guardians, a Spectre as well to low armor. They get a bit of that econ back, but it still hurts. Still rebuying to some of those low armors, and EG has money to play with.
Seconds
They
left.
reach right into the bank to make this their round. And this kill by Crashy's here to not get messed up, to not find a death from the second person coming in behind Jogamo. Actually was a huge stopper to the round on EG. A few ultimates needed to secure that, but their lives still within this series, in this second map here. NRG could still take it in 2. 3 rounds to go to bring it to OT.
Get out of my way.
Showstopper was used, and Bladestorm was used on the defense for NRG
Just
that
heard one.
round. On the attack is Demon 1, though, trying to get the updraft
Bomb buddy out.
for the pick, just like Artis did before when NRG had the attack against Boostio. Mentioned the lower buy. It's only a Guardian in the hands of Sam, but rifles for the rest of NRG. 3 players looking to fight up in that area, pushing EG away. And with the pain shells, it's actually Artis pushing forward. He does capitalize on 2 kills of it. Oh, Artis! And he's gonna get it.
The Boostio lurk. This is gonna have to be extravagant from both Ethan and Boostio.
Blocking vision.
A little bit of safety just for their movement.
Plant comes down.
Player standing.
It's up to Ethan.
There's
Nice
10.
flood coming out from NRG.
Okay, still quite a bit of credits for the side of Evil Geniuses, but this means NRG starts to amass a little bit of their own. Chances can be taken here, not that they have too many to take. But we are back, and Artis, from the Bladestorm round where they focused 2
enemy
to assist
remaining.
Artis to get that space and take Altdor Bay now to a 3K here for Victor and Sam to be able to close this one out. A quick reset, and we'll be back in with an EG timeout. Jogamo's ultimate is there with Seekers. Honestly, having a showstopper, Vansili, and Seekers available for Evil Geniuses, that almost spells a perfect round to string out to the end. Make NRG run all over, 30 seconds, hit Seekers, showstopper pressure into the site, and stop the show on split. Bring us over to Ascent. See if NRG's ready for it. If they're playing anywhere outside the site, a little bit back more for retake, and we'll probably see this this pit from Finesse popped up pretty early.
This is probably the most important timeout for Evil Geniuses this series thus far. Because of the Seekers and the Showstopper, it is also an economy that's very low for EG. Losing this round here against NRG will swing it back in favor of NRG on their attack half on a low buy. And interestingly enough, it's Demon 1 with an operator to kick things off. Wow.
Can Com get the alt orb on A as well? 3 big alts here to close out the game. You wouldn't be afraid to use each one of them, even if it could have a chance to bring success. So the wall A still put down here for Evil Geniuses. Precedent set with that over and over again. And Boostio's B main control with mid happening. So it's actually a push-up round from NRG. I said they might play safe, but no, instantly Artis tries to get in the face of Ethan here. Dash not even activated right now. Just stone cold out in mid, ready to hit the flick shot.
This could work pretty well now for EG. Trailblazer could push both duelists back now for NRG, and with the pit going out early on B site, that's Seekers and a Showstopper to counter that right away if you want to try to attack and execute on B site. Where for NRG, it seems this time around that they have a lot of confidence in Finesse's position with this Viper's Pit.
Whew. Artis wants to make a move as the smoke comes down. They know he has an op now. Demon 1 with that peek there. Artis is like, no more peeks mid. Everyone backs up to get away from that operator angle.
Flash pushes them away. Demon 1.
Contact.
ADSing now with the operator. The jiggle out from Victor. Nice little poison orb to try to delay even more. Funneling everybody back potentially into Artis.
It's almost Seeker's time.
It's probably going to be once this poison orb comes
30
down.
seconds left.
And it's timed out now with the poison orb coming down to delay even more with the pain shells.
I've got
And
your
here it
trail.
comes. The Seekers now spotting 1 on the flank, and that's Artis still winning the fight against Boostio.
There's the Showstopper.
Showstopper to look back towards the A side. It's missing! There's 15 seconds left once again. Sub connects onto Jogamo. Spike is down as Demon 1 dashes through. The crash is Grayson.
left.
Up to Ethan. Stopped by Artis. once again to move it into the last round of regulation between these two teams.
And what a round for NRG to do it in their first plant denial from NRG in 6 rounds, right? That's the time they choose to do it. They choose now 1 point away from EG taking this map. And EG ran the clock down. They put the Seekers in. I think NRG's first step out into mid and the aggression that they were able to show, identifying the operator, did not allow Demon One the pick that would open up the round, that pick that they were so looking for. What a round for NRG to stop. We're within 1 now to bring this split into OT.
Silver lining for EG, there's still economy. There's still something to work with. 4 rifles, 1 Spectre, and a pit available from Com's death on that previous round. We're trying to waste that utility very early for NRG, and it works out. Pain Shell's already being used by Victor. Star already down from Som, and a boom bot too.
1-3-1 across the map. Options everywhere. Spike is focused on Vent, however.
Not ready yet.
And NRG isn't even moving. They're not moving until basically the spike goes down at this point with how long EG has been drawing out these rounds. If they can get calm to a site, get the pit down, it might work. There's so many ideas going into play right now. Seeker's out.
It's almost like Artis has a John Wick scene. All of the arsenal ready towards spawn, but he's not going to meet any action yet. All of EG scaling out.
A crash.
With 30 seconds left on the clock
30 seconds left.
to definitely crash a party in the A site where 2 players are currently holding.
It hasn't even been the traditional double duelist take here. EG continues to
Consume it.
waterfall in. It's not a Jogamo Demon One follow, and it won't be this time.
Crashes in the back of the map though. Still alive. 10 seconds left once
33.
again, but finally Ethan opens it up. Looking for the plant. Jogamo waiting towards heaven. He's getting wallbang here by Victor.
45.
Forced to drop down. 3 versus 3, and a spike goes down at least. A re-heal, but then Artis pushes in towards screens. Player advantage now for NRG to try to force this into overtime. Finesse with the crossfire setup, and they've cleared out all towards screens and A ramp.
Artis gets-
2-player hold for EG in the back of the
gosh.
site. Busio looking for a timing towards the elbow. Ethan in the back,
Last player
ADSing
standing.
through, but the timing's off. Busio gets the first one down, leads up for the second. Artis answers back, comes in for the defuse, and we will go the extra innings.
When you need Artis, he shows up. We are going to be taking it to OT, and Evil Geniuses lose grip on the lead of Split. Energy comes right back through. And man, if Energy ever is coming back, that is a time to worry. Bringing us to OT. Look at that, 4 rounds in a row for EG, then for Energy to take 4. Right back and forth. You see, oh my gosh. That scoreboard telling quite a story here in the momentum these teams have been able to focus. And now it comes down to these last few rounds for Evil Geniuses to get us to Ascent. It's their game to lose now that Energy's popped us into overtime. That 3-2 for Energy, the default we were looking for, now into play here as they start us off on round 25. A lot of B action. Quick dismiss just to see if Artis can get the peak. Look how confident Artis is right now, just going in on the contact. Ready for a follow-up if the guiding light has to come through. They're playing it a little backwards. Instead of that front to back, the util, then the peak. They're trying to switch up what EG sees.
And Ethan went with the Trailblazer to try to clear A ramp. Both players being Victor and Finesse waiting in the back of the boxes. This could be a late lurk, a late hit once again. Get the backstab across, forcing all of these stars out on the defense for EG. And finally, here comes a double lurk activation. But the boom bot now gets thrown. Will it spot? It does.
Mistake there. They did not expect that to tick through with the distance it had traveled. And now it's the forced rotation. This is the real audible to be called. What mid-round strat can Energy come up with here? Demon One getting into that position we saw Finesse in quite a few times.
Ethan also flashed in the garage. So EG understands that NRG are
30
working towards
seconds
extremities. So 4 players now converged on middle and B site. Stars now coming out. 23 seconds left. It's time for NRG to move in slowly, but it's still Busio
There's the
ringing
kill.
in with 2 kills.
One enemy remaining.
Perfect crossfire setup. Extra sprays with the headshot on top from Com, and EG are back in the lead.
sending messages with these magazines that they're unloading on their opponents. Oh my word.
Match point.
13 now for Evil Geniuses. They pull it back in their favor. And what was Evil Geniuses' attack, right? It was this mid play. It was maybe a Demon 1 operator pick, but the op isn't out for this round. Oh, Shorty's coming up so big in all these series that we've been seeing lately. So it was that mid play. It was the pressure to figure out how and what util they could get out of NRG. And then sometimes the blast pack up towards heaven, but mostly they're going through vent. The vent rotation back and forth, the position they held on defense quite a bit, so feeling comfortable around that area still. But again, we've kind of yet to see EG use the double duelist traditionally and dive into the site. They haven't even given us one of those rounds, I think, where Demon 1 is followed by Jogamo and then a collapse of util. So continuously varying it up. They're saying, why would we show you the strat you think you're gonna see? Whew. Now would be a good time to deploy that again.
Looks like we're ready for the game plan now for Evil Geniuses. Clapping was Potter saying, let's go, we got this. Chet also taking a little sip of water. He's feeling confident as well.
Hydrate, everyone hydrate.
Comes down now to NRG's on the defense. And maybe that timeout's a call on these slow plays that always came out from EG in the later half of the second half.
They
This
draw it
time
out
around,
again.
though, not sure that's going to happen.
I mean, NRG, I think, will give them the time, right? Finesse is like, wait, I love time. Take all the time you want, Evil Geniuses. Down to 10 seconds, fantastic.
Nah, it's probably going to be like attacking right away. Here's that first flash. Actually, a contact play first, and that's Artis jiggling on the top of the A ramp. Poison orb out, not being used. Artis already looking for the peak to get the kill. Rotation coming back out from Victor up towards heaven. That's Ethan opening up the site. Demon 1's already made it through. Artis is still looking for a timing though on the A ramp as he loses his teammate in A site. So EG does gain control of A. Artis pushing through to try to even up the tally. It works out on a 3v3. Finesse already on the rotation as well, but the snakebite misses. Oh, Demon 1 just saw the barrel of the gun here from
Artis,
Finesse, but that's
again.
Artis with 3 kills into the round. The Blade Storm now activated and available. Song trying to push through, and this is perfect for NRG.
Van Zilli, playoff Artist is a terrifying thing to see. He is just unleashing on Evil Geniuses right now in the rounds where the pressure is on them the most.
Switching sides.
Artist sloughing it off, absolutely fine with the situations. And they bring us to another round of overtime here. Like we said, this is Evil Geniuses to lose. Artist making them feel it.
One enemy remaining.
This guy has been insane.
Gosh.
Finding his groove now as that jet roll. Continue to push very aggressively. Dashing away, re-peeking. Finding comfort here as both jets are actually on top of the scoreboard.
I love that. A slow push of energy now.
There.
A little different. A stack here for 3 towards A. They're going to get a quick knowledge on that ramp control. It seems to be what both teams are going for here in the late game.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure from NRG on the A ramp. Middle is clear. All 5 players looking to punish through the toxic screen left up here on the defense by Com. As the wall comes back down, trying to see if Demon 1 could go for some sort of an aggressive peek. And same thing for Artis.
This little push and pull of Heaven is almost going in Artis' favor here. Now they have control, and yes, Artis takes Ethan.
ADSing through though. That's both jets scoring into this round. Gravity Well out. Second kill from Demon 1. Nice Gravity Well coming through on the defense. 35 seconds left. Vent is now open for NRG to rotate across. And they'll do just that.
30
This is the
seconds
first.
left.
And EG again on that solid defense. Boostio has not left. Looks like they're going to find all 3 members coming to the other side. The 2 and 2, 2 for B, 2 for A. EG holds that defense with 10 seconds left.
The off angle for the first kill. Com with the crossfire center.
Spike down.
Up to a 2
B.
versus 1. Finesse will get the plant, but with this plant, no pit. Both players rotating out Demon 1 and Jogimo. 2 players as an IGL you don't want to go against on a clutch. He hears the sprays.
There's two, yep.
Playing the timing now towards the pillar. There's that tap onto the spike. Jogimo's currently sticking it at halfway. At least gets the first one there. The wall bang down to 3 feet. The pin's available, but Demon One gets the wall bang.
Quick thinking. Demon One picks that up. I cannot believe we are getting such a jet head-to-head right now between Demon One and Artist to carry their teams over each one of these mountains. Each one of these rounds, they have to climb to the top two. 25 and 18 for Demon One, 26 and 19 for Artist.
Spike down.
Standing.
Wouldn't be a game if we didn't get a little bit of whiffy either, guys. It's okay. It's getting tense out there, and players are asking for everything. We have another round of it. Guns around, no operators to be brought in, just this OT. And EG back on game point, Ascent in their eyes. Again, EG to this mid-round, or this mid-strategy to control a little bit of the map. And we've seen it go a little bit quicker here at Vans, ever so slightly. And they'll go quicker again this round.
It's a recall, though.
Oh, that was almost. Oh, good trade.
Wall coming up. Actually, it just went back down here for comms, so Ethan just got spotted by Victor.
Ooh, little elevation change.
Trailblazer 2 to find the info. They hear the spray coming out from another player. Speaking of NRG, hearing EG with the spray, so that's information on 2 players, but look at this push from NRG instead. There's the first spot. The spike falls down, and there's the kill on spawn 2. What a nice little pivot by NRG.
Wow.
As EG's looking to readapt. The dash forward and Artist mix it out.
Artist again, close to getting the ultimate on the OT round. And they slow play this as they know Boostio's here, but where? Right? They have to figure that site's being taken at this
30
point.
seconds left.
Focusing
Spike
more on
planted.
spawn. Trying to cut a rotate off.
They
Demon
can't really help each other.
Yeah, individual plays.
Here.
Demon One focusing here towards the pillar. Boostio supporting with stars at least. The recall! Oh my god! Shot by Demon One! It's a 2v2 now. Bladestorm available. And the crossfire is being set up the off angle. It's up to Crash. He's on a 2 versus 1. Swings back out, but it's Boostio with the kill! The 2v4 converted by EG as they push this to a 3rd map.
I actually cannot believe what I just saw come out of Demon One. The bald buff. The Jet matchup we just got to see. Christmas came early in this series. Demon One deserving all the praise that'll come out of this game. We get a map 3 in this series, Van Silly, and Evil Geniuses have come to test and push NRG to the limits in this playoff match. Both teams showing up something fierce.
Demon One, he mentioned it last week, an opportunity to play into the playoffs means that he's going to bring his A game, and he definitely did so far. We're just seeing a highlight reel of Demon One on how he opened things up, but Boostio was definitely another player. You mentioned it, Riv. A player that basically has named that B site after his name on defense, on the attack, and also right here converting a 2v4. A recall smoke to those 2 kills, insane now to push this into a 3rd map. The craziest part now too is that the first map was not a given for NRG. They've been very challenging here, and now it's time here for a quick break. And when we return, the analysts will get.
Many people thought this could just be the 2-0 that NRG had prepared for Evil Geniuses to come in, but it is not. We are here. We get this matchup of Jet versus Jet once again, and they are going to have the same comps as we heard coming in from the desk. Cannot wait to see what they have in terms of attack, but also mid-rounding on Ascent. A lot of mid-rounding goes mid, messes with the Killjoy utility, allows the team to really separate what the defenders have set up initially. Here it's all towards B though. No A main push, so NRG are going to have to consider that this is happening.
Yeah. NRG focused a lot on mid. Playing a smoke through an alarm bot, so EG instead finding clearing the B site. Demon One dashes in, but is already down to 25 HP. Door at least has been closed. The plant will now come in for EG.
Spike planted.
3 players on a rotate though. Out with the smoke towards the staircase, and that's Crashies trying to help out, trying to spray through this smoke. Joggimo getting ready with the paranoia. Oh, he's running out, and he's looking for a couple of kills if someone blinded. But NRG stays far back, patiently playing, patiently waiting. But he can't wait too long. Comms on the flank. Big flash coming through. NRG floods back into the site. Counter flash across.
Oh my god.
But Artist still gets
gosh.
2 kills. Somehow it's full blinded and still get 2 kills. But now Comm 1v1. Elise on towards the market. But meanwhile, inside the site, even the shock darts misses. The defuse will come in for NRG. And Riv, another pistol in favor of who?
In favor of energy. EG cannot win a pistol. What is this?
Why is it so cute?
Their defensive pistols are better than their attacking pistols, so we'll see if it goes for all 6 of them. But that was wild. Yeah, I have to note, if you watch EG on Ascent like a year ago, that's the strat they use, and I think Energy knows it. Calm, super lurking in through mid. You'll see him doing that a lot. And Energy read it like a book. Flooded site fast, so Calm could not have that retaliation through mid on his lurk. Energy seemed prepared to start off Ascent here.
Here.
A little Mage Punk martial action to start for Artist, as he looks to do a quick 101 on anybody trying to peek this mid. Now A is going to be the focus, but they are going to be walking into that finesse killjoy utility here.
Yeah, breaking in early would be
Yeah.
kind of nice now for EG, especially now that there's no pressure coming in. There's a jump across to break it. The knife even clearing out towards Wine. So no surprise play coming out for Energy until now. The pop flash out from heaven to allow Finesse to push forward. Even using a one-way of the smoke to get 2 kills, which supports 3 players now from Energy out towards A main.
They're hunting.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be nearly impossible for them. Oh, never mind. 2 kills coming back out for EG.
3v2.
One enemy
A
remains.
jump across, and finally we could breathe for Energy.
Stave off another Thrifty, doing a little better on their anti-ecos is Energy. And they pick that up now. Okay. EG has had a pretty good time, pretty good success at getting these bonus rounds in their favor. I think Energy's maybe capitalized on one of them. So this would be great to follow through, especially with the damage they did, and not just lose this Ares Stinger round of NRG. So the play is spikes down and actually figure out where these buys are, what the buys might be for Energy. So Evil Genius is going to source this round a little bit, and we might see the mid pressure coming in from Demon 1 to help finalize one of our first kills.
Flash.
The distance of that flash makes it really good to pop anybody in lower mid. So quickly moving up, knowing that nobody can get a turn on that and take out anybody pushing up for Evil Geniuses. So they do prioritize mid, but Spike's in a dangerous spot, fans.
It's a bait and switch. Artist is waiting around the corner. The ADS, now his position's given away. The dash of Paranoia out from Som to try to allow Artist to retreat back into tree. It works out. So trap play doesn't work out.
Perfect util.
Yeah,
Take out.
Or to break the alarm bot. But EG are still going to hold this very slowly, giving a lot of respect to Energy on their lower buy.
And here's that mid work. Demon 1 wants to split the map. He's been trying to find 1v1s. He's begging for him right now. And the rest of the team pushes around to try and farm the rest of this eco. Oh, Joggimo. Oh, Joggimo!
Artist flicks across to get the kill in a trade-off. That's an upgrade to a Vandal.
Yes, that's huge.
30
The crossfire is
seconds
still
left.
available from tree into A main, so EG pulls back. Demon 1 has a timing out towards spawn, trying to cut the rotation. Here's the footsteps from Victor, easily killed. 1 player inside the site, that's the areas you mentioned, Riv. There's that first and second one, and that's a spike down. 14
down,
seconds left
B.
on the clock. Shock darts coming through. Calm trying to run out. The ADS for the
10
headshot.
seconds left.
And Crashies
Enemy
does
remaining.
not get the 4th. 5 seconds now down to 1 versus 1. It's a jet duel once again. Full HP, though, is going to be Artist. Demon 1 knows he's close. Smoke dissipates! And Artist wins the fight.
Wow. Well, going into that too, you just don't know. One of them could have 1 health, one could have 100. It's still either way between these two right now, and Artist able to come up with that. They get the bonus again. Just said EG was able to take that away most of the time. And ooh, Energy starting off very, very solid here. And for the Ares to be doing this, don't even buy a rifle, Crashies. Just keep it up.
My ult's ready.
Huge. Oh, no. No. Artist bringing out the early good night.
Yeah. Even Demon One did a little bit of body shots there.
Yeah. Oh no, they'll definitely put that on Twitter. All right, Blade Storms again. The chance for dueling Blade Storm reaches the match once more. One's activated. Demon One wants to see if he can put up his first. Actually, looks like Artist will hold.
Yeah, has the Vandal to work with. Knows that EG are going to be on a broken buy. Because of that bonus round that just got converted by NRG, a second bonus round converted in the series. Artist trying to push forward, even an Aljon to continue to push forward. Not allowing Demon One to punish on any kills. You just saw him try to get an attempt there onto Victor, and it works.
No way!
Artist already pushing out towards B main. The re-swing out now from Boostio. Or Artist thinks otherwise. The pressure out towards mid. Allowing more lurks to happen, so that's 2 to fall for NRG. EG has opened up the map.
And Demon One is grounded. No util for the rest of the map, just the Cloudburst to be able to use. So everything here is on level playing field with the rest of NRG. And he's still looking for 1v1s. The team's gonna take the site on B.
But it's the Odin from Crashy.
Oh no! Stops at that time, Vansili.
And 5 players alive, and that might be it. A shorter buy, a thrifty now for EG.
30 seconds left.
As you can definitely see NRG right now, just posted now in the A site. All of these punishments, all of the works coming out from EG. Keeping NRG guessing, and what, 2 players got backstabbed there. And it started off with an aggressive peek by Demon One, punishing Victor, trying to go for a jump spot on that fence by the well in back of spawn. And the rest is history for the round for NRG as EG's about to put the first one on Ascent.
You got to recognize that from Demon One, as you're saying. Just the player to come in the team and then start providing the opportunities for the team. And really from the get-go when we saw him on Icebox, right? In that 100 Thieves match. So it wasn't too long before Demon One was creating his own actions, calling for the flashes, stepping in front of smokes, making the plays. And even on that one, as you said, the updraft, seeing Victor once, knew Victor would probably hide in that spawn area and identified it correctly. Another thrifty here. Just praised NRG for being able to shut or get good anti-ecos against EG. And they'll switch it immediately. That does not stop Artist from buying an operator. This is going towards Cat very quick. We'll see how quickly EG's able to suss out that big gun's on the map. And what this Odin can do that was picked up here from the side of Crashies. Another one in play still. We're gonna start get these lockdowns online. That'll be pretty big.
Yeah, last round Ethan had a 0 point to throw towards Cat. This time he's playing towards B main. Might give an advantage for Artists to push forward now through the smoke, activating the dash. But there was an Aljon that came out here from Calm that pushes him right away.
Only a few rounds EG's played towards A. Even really giving up alt orb area with the one way that Jogamo is going to throw. And I feel like in a few rounds we're going to see Jogamo start teleporting up there and trying to make plays as we have before. Pop flash for a quick movement here as you see the teamwork that NRG is trying to set up. Low shot. High peak.
There's the underhand throw. But we think otherwise for NRG. Fall back, play to numbers advantage. Hunter's Fury to come out now. That's on the attack here from Calm. Does get a ping. Victor falls back, but Psalm's holding the anchor on the A side. Paranoia, even a push, more pressure coming out from EG onto A main. As now Spike falls, it's smoked out for the cross. A TP, oh, it almost missed, but Jogamo made it through, still gets wall. Actually shot through the smoke. We have instant deniability from NRG on their defensive
30
round.
seconds left.
I think we can see it's really clear that EG's playing a kind of hopeful game against NRG, hoping that they peak first, are coming out of mid, walking into these drones that are coming up. And EG's using okay.
We're still committed here. It was
Hang
a
on.
recon dart allowing Boostio to move forward. Alarm bot, 10 seconds left on the clock. Calm trying to close the door. There's that spray coming out, and he's gonna see through it! Gets the kill there onto Victor. One-on-one against Finesse, also connects onto him. It's a 2v2. Blade Storm out by Artis. Calm made it back into the site.
One enemy remains.
Boostio though at the dice. Gambling for the victory is EG on a 2 versus 4, and it's Crashes with the Odin. Just got spotted, just got tagged. Forced to reload the Phantom that he just picked up, but it's the off angle being played. Tucked in the corner by Calm. And what a conversion by EG on a disadvantage.
When are they not doing it? Oh my word. And I was saying that they weren't really able to find the situations where energy was peaking first. The kind of situation you get right there when a team's trying to retake and EG is forcing the hand of energy. With the operator on Artis, energy's not moving from these early defensive positions. And it looks so difficult for EG to gain ground without losing members. But once they're in the site, EG are able to repair the damage and come up with a very big round. And they put energy on a low buy.
Yeah, a huge string round that puts energy with the
Crazy.
strongest weapon in hand being the Guardian in the hands of Som.
All right, slowed down again. Still this assistance for Artis on cap. This time it comes from Victor, or sorry, Som. And the Killjoy utilities moved over very low by round. You see Molly's out here even for finesse as they're just trying to keep the money safe.
Even for EG, okay, nice little pick out by Boostio to punish finesse as they thought they got a ping off the recon dart in. Now Ethan playing towards Sabrosa, 2 easy kills there. I was gonna say, at this point for EG, you had that lockdown available for Boostio, and you want to make sure you try to secure these rounds, especially now that EG are playing against an eco with Thrifty from Energy. You want to try to pick up all these rounds available on the attack, but all these punishments coming through from trap plays that was attempted by Energy allows for them to save this lockdown in round number 7.
Wild. Stemming from that 2v4 we just saw from Com and Boostio in sight. Now we have a 3v3, or a 3-2-3, I should say. Maybe a 3v3 coming up. And we see this replay here. Patient. This is exactly what EG wants to see. That on these low buy rounds for energy, that EG's movement is causing that type of quick movement from energy, and such a big one too, to get everybody to rotate through mid or back around spawn. EG can start to learn what that movement does to energy and how their actions are resulting in round wins. So energy calls the timeout. Again, EG forces another one that energy calls. The beginning of these games for Evil Geniuses have a lot of spark to them. It's just if energy has enough time to figure it out, again, that key word of time cropping up for energy and finesse to figure out Evil Geniuses, then it's going to be real tough. And that's kind of been the mid plays, right?
Yep.
It's almost rely on Demon 1, head towards mid, figure out what's up, and crash the site again, kind of at a late point in the round.
Agreed. For energy, it's continuing these default plays, working them out very slowly, just like on Split before. But I think off the few rounds that energy has just tasted here against EG, identifying a couple of these late lurks, these players holding passive positions, and not too much pressure on middle to start.
Artist with an operator and boathouse to start off. I think they actually would dodge out a sonar bolt there. So just interesting play of what util could be used in the beginning. Getting closer to that Hunter's Fury now. Com has been on quite a few of these lurks, racking up the kills. Okay, that's neat.
We got a 0 point that actually got thrown here towards tree. And it didn't spot Artis. Yet EG are still rotating towards the area.
Here.
We're playing the off angle. It's another one of those plays where...
Oh, this push.
Yep. You have flashes available for Victor, allowing the pullback to happen. Aldrone being hurt early. Null command then coming out here on the attack. Demon 1 capitalizing, punishing Victor. Artis now forced to fall back in the back of the site. But look at that pull. EG's rotating all the way back towards the A site.
Can they do it quick enough?
Well, Finesse is looking for a timing here, but the fragment pushes him back. And a plant will now come in for EG.
0 point identifies quite a bit here as this retake comes in. Paranoia is there for Som. The team has quite a bit of util to come back in on this.
You should run.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Som gets the wall bang, but Calm is still waiting by the fridge. Lockdown now denied as it was placed down in the A site. And here comes the flank. Here comes the lurk now from Calm as the smoke prevents energy from really pushing out. Finally, the Paranoia comes out. but it does not connect to kills for NRG. Back and forth we go. 2 versus 2. The sprays from Demon 1 as both players are set aside, and finally the lurks comes across. Artist only has the operator and also doesn't have time in his favor.
Gosh.
And Calm sweeps up the last kill as EG takes the lead on the attack.
Player standing.
I would be pulling my hair out if I was Sam and I knew somebody like Calm was behind me. It seemed like on the minimap that timing was going to happen again and again and again. And then Sam had to give up. He said, fine, I'm in sight. And then he still gets crossfired from Calm.
Revealing area.
These lurks
Enemy remaining.
from Evil Geniuses and the way that Calm does it is incredible from round to round. We've seen it on B and we see it towards A. The plan that they have here to just deconstruct the defensive energy.
And it's fast now. Wow. Flash to push forward, and EG gets first blood once again. And notice here now in this round, Artist lost the operator on that previous one, and it's not picked up by Demon 1. So we want to use here Demon 1 once again as a tip of the spears on these executions. NRG looking to fight back early in aiming. It's a half fight, it's a thrifty. EG continues to control the economy on their attack half of Ascent.
Yeah.
Oh, that works though. That works.
Looking for the crossfire.
Forces 3 players to push forward, and finally there.
Spike down
Yeah, you lost
A.
2 players in the process for EG, but we mentioned it before. The economy's still really good on the attack, so getting these rounds, getting these kills, losing a couple of players is not too bad, as long as you get round number 5.
They lock this one down, right? No pun intended. That's up for Finesse, but Hunter's Fury is there for Calm. So they win this round outright and clean. They have an answer for NRG's retake next round. We saw this happening on Split, where Evil Geniuses had the correct answers, whether it was Jogamo almost clutching around, but then having Showstopper next. They could
30
still
seconds
not
left.
have to worry about a few losses that would allow them to get to the streaks that we saw. 4 rounds here, 4 rounds there from both teams. Which is why we're getting such a close series here. So turret detects, EG gets this plant down, and we'll see what Finesse can produce.
Yeah. Spotting the top of Demon 1. And there's support from Boostio. Oh, the wall
Ouch.
bang actually puts him down pretty low, down at 29 HP. Now at the staircase. The Bermuda Triangle, and they trap him.
Yeah. Caught swirling around in the middle. There's no way to get out.
Race to the spike site.
Another round here. Evil Geniuses come up. See that plant? I mean, they may have planted in 5, 6, 7, 8, but they are coming up with the frags on NRG, which means these are full buys for NRG coming in for each one of these rounds, and that is going to hurt the economy. So EG are playing the map well, the mid-round well, and the economy well. That's going to put a big W in the win column. All right. Sorting themselves towards A. You get this, we see Calm facing the wall. He gets his backwards dart bloop, to clear everything in mid. Cheeky little dart so nobody gets hurt on the way it happens.
Yeah, and it's not there. The alarm but's on towards the sidewalk because you have that turret to watch mid. Even an early knife coming out from Victor to spot nobody on Link. So the rotation slowly comes across, yeah, especially with that ping. Rotation now comes across for NRG on an A side hold.
So far back, Victor has no command in spawn. He's like, when do you need it? Where do you need it? I'm coming running if it happens. Very safe play overall here from the side of NRG, and Demon 1 looking over the horizon to start us off with the first blood, but everyone is hiding. This is another one of those rounds where NRG's not peeking, right? EG playing again that hopeful. Where are they? Will they peek first? They'll find 2, dive into A.
Paranoia answered back as EG's looking to execute into the A site. Crashies though lines up 2 kills.
Down A.
And finally the null command from Victor gets dropped by Jogamo. Finesse and Artist rotating across. Close is going to be Artist. Using Victor as a camera so he can try to get a pick here. It will connect onto Demon 1. Now back on a rotation, both players at the A site. Victor finally falls, which allows here the plant to come down for Calm.
One enemy remaining.
Finesse just got the
Spike
punishment,
planted.
onto Jogamo. A 2 versus 1. You have to see right now if you have shot dart lineups, but instead, he's going to be pinning Wine.
You see the call there, I think coming from the team too, to go back towards Wine.
Recon dart available for Calm though. On a 2 versus 1, there is that tap.
Dart.
Artist sticking it to put it halfway. The swing across for the first kill, but Finesse is there for the instant trade.
Oh, wow. And again, Vancilia, it comes down to this money game. The op's going to be there, but that's 3,000 credits going over. A low buy and a rifle for NRG here to go up against this surplus economy from the side of Evil Geniuses. What a great play by NRG to double up on that. A wide swing even coming from Calm to just dodge out on what Finesse's angle was. Almost got both, but NRG are able to save that one. Again, these rounds where it takes everything for NRG to get one. We talked about it last map where it was ult after ult that they were trying to use to get rounds from EG. Here it's taking members and ults again.
Might have a double ganger battle now on B main.
Let's
Op
do it.
versus Op. Artist posted up and waiting. Demon 1 coming through and he wins it.
On the attacker peak too. Ready to get that swing. Here Demon 1 playing online on his stream. He's like, give me that ping for the swing. You can swing like that on LAN all day and he will get the attempt.
A little bit of wasted utility, as you just saw. They tried to do a fragment lineup into Wine. Couldn't really clear it. Landed towards the back of the awning, so you wasted a recon dart now on the attack. So an opportunity here for NRG, for Finesse to still anchor inside B. And that's where EG are currently leaning towards to.
They're pushing him out too. They can let Finesse know he's about to see a heck of a lot of action here as they're taking that A main control. Here we go, Vance.
Ult in the back of the site. Oh, that was a close one too, but still, recon dart to get information, or should I say the owl drone allowing Boostio to get the kill onto Finesse. And a plant will come down. And look at NRG. Not committed to anything yet. Committing to a save, rather.
Yeah. And that's kind of ridiculous to have to deal with. So be in the back of that site and figure out, okay, I got a teleport coming in, and there's a drone coming in as well. There's no way to shoot the drone if you want to shoot the teleport, and they instantly find one in the back. NRG with the clean take right back on. Or I'm sorry, EG with a clean take right back onto NRG. We see Sam guarding tree in this hunting mode that EG's been able to get into so often. I hope they don't get a molly. Are they good? Yeah, they're good. Yeah, just send a message. That's for the fans. That's right there. They're gonna go ahead and leave that. They go back. They go back.
Best to play as a team.
I said your body was just roasted by Radianite, but there's still more to be done. Gonna get the timeout called here for NRG as another round slips away. Operator in the hands of Demon 1 to get aggro with now after his Blade Storm wears off. And Ethan's one away from that KO ultimate, so they prioritize the right thing, and they are just nullifying any of the utility NRG wants to do here after this timeout call.
Yeah. Things have been looking really good for EG to do slight micro adjustments on the speed of attack that they have. Especially when you have Demon 1 with the operator to try to battle against Artist just like he did on that previous round. But
he's him this series.
Him right there.
Yeah, him right there.
Landing every shot on players that are alive or dead pretty much in a round 2. And EG continues a lot of confidence now on their attack. I mean, 4 rounds on Ascent. You're in a pretty good spot now.
Speaking of Demon 1 again, it's kind of incredible because he also puts pressure on himself, saying, well, you know, NRG hasn't played against me, goes down a game and still knows that he has something to prove and still knows he can come back stronger. To see that in such a young player is absolutely incredible, and to see such a young player going up against international talent has been amazing to watch here as he continues to dominate even this third map now, 12-5. EG 6-4 here in the first half with 2 to go. Will bring us to our halftime, and we'll see what kind of attack NRG has.
Apologies, it is 6 rounds that they're hitting EG, and another first blood though with Demon 1 continuing to push towards B main, so Finesse gets punished right away. Aldron is not going to do much. Yes, it gets information on 2 players there, but you can't punish on that. They get punished instead for NRG, and EG once again trying to convert off a first blood. Ooh, big paranoia. Victor with a fragment into the corner. Counter flash. And it's Calm to sweep up the last 2 players, at least defending the A site. Artist trying to make a play with the Blade Storm and gives his position away by cloud bursting up towards B-Link. As it dissipates, first headshot onto Boostio. Double swing, even triple swing from 2 different angles. And Crashies, once again, we've seen a 1 versus 3 before in that first map twice. This time around, not looking to try to find any of that trouble.
I mean, out of that timeout, it seemed like NRG had a pace change. You know, throw a wrench in Evil Genius's strategy. Get in between it as quick as possible. Find a way out to mid. Go for A main control.
30 seconds
Evil Genius
left.
is ready, even after not seeing kind of these aggressive defensive rounds from NRG. EG act accordingly. A plant here and some exit kills to be had. 7-4, a possible 8-4 first half now for Evil Geniuses. This buy for NRG kind of sorts them, I think, with 2,400. So you may have a gun to bring in from Victor, and then low buys on the rest of the squad forced into the last round.
Crashies is actually looking for blood.
Why not?
Walks out of B main with 3 players set up, pinned inside the site, but both angles are being watched. And no help's even needed. Ethan picks up that kill, and that's EG up at 7 now.
Ultimate's ready for the last round from the
switch.
side of Evil Geniuses. Let's see what NRG sets up. How do they produce a strat that's going to shut down this just straight up the gut kind of mentality that EG has had? Wherever they go, they're going. No more of this faking left and right on the map with ultimates or trying to catch a team off guard. They are diving into the site. EG's diving into the site more than they did with their double duelist comp on Split we just saw. So definitely trying to throw NRG for a loop here with the way Demon One's controlling the match and hitting these sites.
Oh,
Jog them off?
NRG wants to fight. Shark attack now towards B main. Hunter's Fury out on the defense. It does ping under Bustio. These flashes are sick right now for NRG and allowing Crashes to get a couple of kills. But all of EG pushing over towards the A side right into all of that utility of Finesse, who delays the push from Nanoswarms on the ground, and the Judge even close range. And that's how you answer back now for
There it
NRG.
is. That was a bigger wrench that they were able to throw in the defense that time, Van Silly. And instead of the 8-4, they save a bit, and they give us a 7-5. Still in favor of Evil
Switching
Geniuses.
sides.
That first half, honestly, you asked for EG to step up. They still don't get the pistol, but they are able to get an amount of rounds that could make this defensive side count. Let's see just how this last one ended. Finesse with the Judge on a corner. What else would you expect? Finesse trying to make a play. That's where he's going to be, up in his opponent's face.
Thank you, Golden Boy, and indeed, we've commended on Calm and Demon One and how they're currently playing here this first half and how Demon One's been consistent throughout the series. Crashes and Artists also neck and neck, not too far behind, doing their work on the defense. This time taking the attack. NRG, we'll see if they can bring this back. But EG taking the easier half on Ascent. NRG already pushing in on the A side, and it's open.
It looks like a Flood retake set too, right? Delay plant on Jenny as much as possible. Get back for the Flood retake, and they're going to be planting a little bit towards Dice under Heaven here.
Somehow Artists found a little gap not to die from the Nanoswarms, down to 7 HP. Plant will go down for NRG. You talked about the Flood retake for EG. A flank coming out as well from Demon One with the Ghost. Meanwhile, though, waiting for the perfect opportunity for Dogamo to throw that Paranoia for the retake to come in. It's going to be a double flash now with the Recon Dart. Victor getting the first kill onto Bustio, but all of these kills are still in favor of NRG.
Player standing.
Everybody falling down. And Demon One has nothing to work with by himself, giving his position away, and gets picked off by NRG. And men, to have games this close for Evil Geniuses against NRG when NRG is winning all of these pistols?
Every pistol!
This is insane.
Every single pistol. Why can't my games be like this? Oh, we're going to win no matter what. We lost pistol, that's fine. That's what EG's feeling right now. And they have, what, the second best pistol in the league coming out of the regular stage. So, yeah, to see them continuously lose on both sides is really, really weird. Coming into this next round, what are they going to be able to do? Do they throw off another Thrifty? The anti-ecos for NRG have not been fantastic either, as we talk about pistols for EG. And the play towards mid as NRG goes strong. NRG, that strat as well, we just saw. With the amount, the frenzies that they run as they get into A, the frenzies become so much stronger once you can plant yourself in sight, right? They have a few ghosts for the early angles, but you get frenzies in sight on a pistol post plant, good luck trying to take it back. NRG playing that really smart to get a 7-6 now and play this one extra slow? Or are we looking at their watch for this round and haven't really heard a peep almost down to 1 minute here on the second round.
NRG waiting to see if there's going to be any type of trap plays, any type of aggressive moves out of EG, but EG instead going for a gamble stack. And if you guess correctly on past Thrifty rounds, this time around though, it's going to be the Allen drone heard by Boostio, and he's given his position out just to try to deny the Allen drone. That keeping NRG guessing that there's a potential stack in A. And NRG's pulling back to where EG's been good on these classics. Full save out for this team.
Oh no. They
30 seconds left.
lie in wait, and they might get exactly what they want for Evil Geniuses, Vans. This boathouse is stacked.
And turret's down too, giving false hope now that it gets broken out. Here's the first contact to dash away. Recon dart, counter flash, and a repeat from EG. And it floods out for a couple of kills to battle inside the smoke. 8 seconds left on the clock. Joggable getting into kill with the right click classic. It's a 2v2, continuing the right clicks. And finally it's up to Boostio. But there's no time. They have to hunt him down. He gets it, the clutch.
Boostio walks away? Wait, no. I cannot believe they continue to get thrifties. This is ridiculous. NRG. Now we know why, if you don't win the pistols, how EG is getting back into these ones again. They shut down that economy flow for NRG, that the momentum, the game control, everything that NRG uses to win cannot be achieved.
Look at that utility from that replay. So it went from a flash to a paranoia, and then a recon dart from the back of the site on top of a smoke in front, so you can just get these clicks across. The protocols for EG on those thrifties are insane right now.
It's wild. They've been watching Cloud9 thrifties, honestly. Just producing the same results, Van Silly.
Just not as aggressive, but it still works, right? And this time around, though, a hero rifle gets denied right away. Demon 1 ADSing towards the A main. The rest of NRG trying to salvage this weapon, trying to go for some sort of split. Even the 0 point spawning at least one player being victor there.
Starting off already. Let's see how they do on their 5v4 conversions here, the second half for EG. Crashy's down first, Demon 1 with that first kill.
Here.
And you know when he feels good about peeking, he's going to keep doing it. Already looking for another solo fight on tree is NRG. Thinking of what the safest spot might be already. A player down into this round. Right into the utility as well. As soon as Artis dashes for that, if they try to go for switch, he is melted.
Yeah. And just close behind the wall is Boostio with the Phantom. What better than a dash, but double down storm and spam through. But he gets hit by the 0 point. Calm holding the back of the site. The dash went towards the sidewalk instead. As Boostio gets fully blinded. But it's still there for the cavalry to support here. Calm in the back of the site. EG are looking good so far on their defense.
If you need help figuring out how,
We've seen this before, Riv, on that first map when EG was able to get that 30 round against NRG. That momentum was built, and it was a one-sided affair for Evil Geniuses all the way. This time around, you have it on your defense. And they have a lead against NRG, a team who's favorite to actually qualify to Tokyo, and EG weren't even supposed to be here. It came down for an MIBR victory against 100 Thieves. And EG, they're taking full advantage of this right now. An advantage of the defense on the extremity holds.
Just on that same trajectory. We heard the devs talking about it towards the end of the split. Up, up, up. Both teams were going. B main, though, is getting pushed in. Demon 1 in a very scary spot as they fight for mid as well.
That's big, too. The Allen drone. There you go. Pushed Artis away from the position that still had the alarm bot up. But it's now up to Demon 1. Protocols for Psalm and Finesse. Demon 1 doing the same thing. There's that ADS. Now as he falls back, the paranoia blinds him, but there's still support on the staircase. That's Boostio with the off angle at the market. That's 2 kills right there. Trying to transfer onto the third, but Demon 1 still there for the support. Advantage out for EG. Spike is down into the market. And it's those 2 players on B main before on the attack that's looking to clutch. A 2 versus 3.
All of Jogamo's util. You still have about 20 seconds for Dart for Com to come back up, so this is going to take a lot of teamwork and trading.
Player standing.
Or just a 1v1 battle victory for Jogamo there.
That'll do too.
And now utility's perfect. There's flash, paranoia's available, and that's all of the flood utility to not allow Finesse to get any kills. We're just making sure that our keys are still working here, chat.
Yep. Wow. Boostio, 5 kills across the last 2 rounds. That 3K we just saw him get previously, the 2K there on Hyde on stairs. And it is not looking good here for NRG. They finally get back to some ultimates, but they do not have the money yet. I think one of the craziest things, again, Vancilla, you mentioned it, is that not a single pistol round has been won by Evil Geniuses this series, yet they still prevail to get us to a 3rd map and now have a substantial lead on NRG, who have 3 ults ready. Low buy does something in this round. Convince them to use those ultimates as they continue to stack. They continue to look for the future rounds.
Definitely the opportunity. That's the swing round that you want. You have to capitalize on these ultimates with the buy that you currently have on the half buy. An opportunity to flood out of that into the B site here for NRG. Now activated.
Boostio with a retake if they need it.
Here. Here.
Com just got tagged here.
Yeah.
Here.
Ult for a plant. Boostio. What a timing. Owl drone for the support to get the kill onto Artis. You heard all those pings coming through. And the plant comes down. All of EG already rotated. And waiting for the perfect moment for the execute, for the retake.
0 point for backside. The flashes are ready. Do they lock down?
0 point spawning 2 players in the front, so no nanoswarms could be used here. Crashy's holding in the front of B main. Shot dart close, it does get the tag. But an ult command comes out on the attack. Victor then gets picked off. Som doing whatever he can with the rest of his teammates to try to hold that spike. Prevent it from getting the fuse. Som stays alive in the back of the site though. Now finally gets locked down, detained. And as we're closing through, I mean, there's no time.
No.
There's no time.
The hold is so good by NRG. All are going down except for Demon 1 on that. There was a moment there where just the praise for Evil Geniuses was about to go through the roof, identifying that NRG was hiding in the site before using lockdown, seeing all the members and then causing the chaos. If more were in B main, lockdown hardly does anything. But still, within that fight, NRG able to find the delay that they needed, even if the members couldn't find the frags that were required. That, like we said, these rounds are taking every ounce of what NRG has, and that is not a normal thing to see. They're usually gliding through with a few resources into the next round. But EG is running NRG dry here. Still 3 rounds up. We start round 18, and Demon 1 with a Blade Storm.
But those type of slips coming out from EG due to time has been a nail in the coffin against this very team of NRG. Remember that split game on week number 8? And almost seeing the same thing on split this time around. Now they have no time for the defuse. NRG has an opportunity to swing it back in their favor. Remember, this was a broken buy and thrifty that they had on the previous round that they're able to convert. Bring the economy low for EG in this round here.
Here.
I think they just dodged out Com, Sova drone on Cat perfectly. Artis was able to round the corner, so these two were looking up unknown. You see Com waiting for that peek. A little bit of noise made towards A. You can see the pings going around. Does NRG actually want window to heaven control?
Com's ready for it, rather. He's playing in the back of the garden. Recon dart come across. Artis pushing up at heaven. The Odin!
Oh dear.
It connects. Artis falls, connecting onto more. And he spots 2 players in the top of heaven, so Jogimo and Ethan are both being pinned. Trying to stay alive around the generator. It's a battle inside the smoke. Jogimo's still in the back, trying to spray across once again. Sees the barrel of the gun of Som. Connects up the Crashies. Finesse now tries to answer back. There's 10 seconds left. Demon 1 comes out for the kill. And EG are up at 11.
The protection and smokes that EG are giving each other, the workaround for Jogimo there to get another 3K. These tight situations that we see Jogimo on, it's like watching his Harbor on Pearl just come out of backhaul, get his 3Ks, 4Ks again to clutch around, playing so well around these smokes to anchor the site. And he does it again.
One enemy remains. Down A.
So clean for the anchor from Jogimo.
Just knowing, we're like, wait, okay, Jogimo's around smokes, yeah.
Get out of my way.
Potter's seen that time and time again. We go towards A, it's a fast one, Vansili.
Oh yeah, trying to deny Jogimo right away. Right clicks inside the smoke, does a little bit of damage here. Victor, oh no, gets picked off by his teammates, Hunter's Fury. But at least Artist and the rest of NRG capitalizes on the push inside the A site. Here comes her retaliation of Carl with the Hunter's Fury with 2 of his own. Crashes alone, EG is a Navid series point.
Match point.
Can we talk about how ridiculous it is to
I don't think we have time, it's so quick.
to find a jet with the Hunter's Fury and Artist doing everything he could to dodge it? Incredible from every member of Evil Geniuses right now to be stepping up and still led by the Demon here on match point versus NRG. Playoff EG activated. 5 chances here to close this one out.
5 chances, economy broken for NRG. Operator in the hands of Demon One, watching middle, a change of positioning for the op. A 2-1-2 setup on the defense. And NRG looking to group up for potentially one more hit. And it's definitely looking to be the case. 2 players already fall. A repeat coming out from Demon One. Jogmo trying to hold towards Tree. Artist is low in HP. Another punish down. 1 more to go. It's Crashies with the Guardian on a 5 versus 1. Ethan's already watching forward. And he does not get the kill. The Crashies position is now given away. You need Herculean efforts right now as Jogmo plays the off angle. And it connects. They've done it. EG has seized the moment. And if